Hey, what's good, family? Sorry about that. I got a text from my neighbor a second ago. He gave me some bad news, and well, I'll, I'll catch up with him about it a little bit later. Yeah, yeah. But
Hmm.
in the meantime, in between time, let's get pushing. How's everybody been this week? Hopefully good. Um, and of course, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Pulse on Wednesday. We have some audio we'll listen to tonight. But before we get too far into any and everything, let me, of course, check in with my panelists. How is everybody doing this week, starting with Stephanie and Lynn?
Good to be back.
Good. I'm glad to see you.
But
You were feeling ill.
yeah, and it didn't have nothing to do with lettuce. I was like, they lying.
Good. That's good to hear as well. Your stomach is intact
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, for sure. But it's something going around because even somebody on our meeting with John, another lady was sick too. We like what? And she's where is she?
Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh. So, and one of my friends the same thing, but nobody ate at Taco Bell, so I don't know.
Yeah. Taco Bell doing people in. Doing people in. Navi, hello to you as well, and everybody else in TikTok. Lynn, how have you been?
So far, so good.
Week has
I'm
been up.
glad to see. Yeah. And it's fun in our business. The first week of the month and the last week of the month are always crazy.
Yeah.
Almost like we're realtors.
Realtors, not realtors.
Almost like we're realtors trying to close close on the last day of the month, getting all that stuff together.
Realtors, dinosaurs, what? No. Realtors.
Yeah. Navi from TikTok land said hello.
Crazy conversations, crazy scenarios.
Gotcha.
I need some Arizona legal advice from the president.
Oh no. Oh no. No.
What?
Arizona legal advice? Well, I think he's a little more sympathetic and empathetic towards Arizona versus California. So.
Wow, Rich joined the chat. He looked up.
Right.
Now I got a situation where unexpected death occurred. The niece is inheriting some acreage, and her husband is undocumented.
Oh no.
So, yeah. So it's going to be tough for her to take over the property because it's got a lien on it. But we've come up with some creative solutions.
Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer, but I play one on TV sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, there is. It's a small delay.
Is that wig? I can't see him.
Oh, wig ain't popping his face up. But speaking, oh, he did.
I'm ready now. I ain't looking at y'all playing the game while I'm listening to y'all. So how y'all doing?
Hey, that's what we was finna check in with you on.
Oh shit, man. Every day's a good day. I thank God for each day that He give us here.
I feel
Because
like
tomorrow's not promising nobody.
this is true.
Yeah.
I will have to go to St. Louis in about a week because I had a cousin who passed. So
True.
Nope.
we'll be celebrating his life.
We keep having that.
Oh man. Well,
Yeah, we
sorry
got.
still to hear that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We got a little bit of a delay trying to figure out why it's delayed. My computer is jumping off into full screen mode. All right, let's see. Who just jumped in? Okay, I gotta wait for them to filter back in, and then I will pull them up on. There they are. There you are.
Deuce bumped us off.
Ah, ah.
Hey, y'all
Okay.
changed the time up on me. I was early this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, moving around just a little bit. Deuce, how you been doing, man?
But they've been working your boy, man, making me earn my keep.
Yeah, y'all got a lot of changes.
Ooh, got me feeling like Toby over here, man. I told him my name, Kunta. They said, "Well, you Toby." They treating me like Toby.
Hey, gotta let you know. You gotta get out that uniform, man. I'm telling you, your time is
But you know,
coming up.
you know what it's like? It's like
I do.
It's like a bad fart. You know how you have a bad fart and that thing follow you across the room, but always snitch on you. I take that
can't get
uniform off and it follow me like a bad fart, man. I can't shake it.
Yeah,
That's what that uniform is like.
it hangs on you.
Oh God.
Won't let you go.
It follows you around the room.
You don't have a dog. You don't have a dog to blame it on, and a dog, if you do, looking at you like you
Nobody.
lying.
Nobody.
Right.
That's too bad. So how have you been doing, man?
Other than that, man, keeping up, man. I think I told you I'll be in India all of September.
Nice.
India, then
What
we have
part
a
of
few
India?
more exercises. Ali, Auli, up in the mountains. Auli. So I'm flying to New Delhi. Is it New Delhi? New Delhi? I don't know how you say it.
New Delhi.
I gotta learn that.
New Delhi.
New
Delhi.
Delhi.
New Delhi. And then I take this, it says like a
Let's
12-hour
help 'em
car
out.
ride.
The money is rupees. Okay.
Yeah, I knew rupees. I know the currency. I know the currency because they have a central bank.
Look, now look, Rich done come alive. Now look at him. Pass him those peas. Yeah.
They have a central. I'm familiar with that.
That's the trigger word.
Yeah, it's the trigger
Right.
one, man. I got nothing really interesting, man. Just been and done it with work, trying to get that work-life balance back.
There is none right now. Y'all are in struggle mode. I'm gonna be honest with you. Especially like the information that I sent you that I found out earlier today.
Yeah,
Like, that's going to be horrible for a lot of senior as well as junior soldiers. That's going to be hell for Cape. Anyway, but yeah.
What's that glass? What's that glass?
Oh yeah, Wig, you know about this. So K-Poc is going to end up turning into a regional directorate.
from a 2-star to a 1-star.
Yeah, and so the KCOMs will still be aligned under the footprints, depending on the region that they're in, but it won't be used to K-Poc anymore.
So each K-pop is really going to act. They already act different now, but K-pop still pulls them together,
Yeah.
you have no unifying entity now, man. It's gonna be four entirely
Jay,
different
you didn't ask,
ways to do
you
this.
didn't ask the president how he was doing.
Oh, we gonna get to him. We definitely finna get to him. He knew I was swinging around to him. You know, he's over there taking notes right now.
Coloring in his coloring book. He coloring in his coloring book.
He
Trying to make
taking
us
notes.
think he's
I know he was listening to Kevin Walsh speak today, man. You know, the Fed chief. I know he was listening to him talk today.
I haven't listened to it. I got my
I listened to him today.
You listen to him not answer a question.
Yeah,
There are people who are skilled at not answering. He is not skilled at not answering questions.
No, he's not. He's not.
I don't think. We'll talk about that at another time. We'll get in depth with that, but it's another failure to me. Just throwing that out there.
It's a failure on our side.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Anybody that's being presented to an office right now is a failure for the American people at large. Lance is a dynamic failure. Anyway, we will begin to cover that information at a later date. So yeah, stay tuned. With that being said, Rich,
let's get to it.
that's why casket him last.
Let's get to it.
Rich just jumping all in. Steph and Lynn are cycling back over. But while they do that, I will go ahead and begin to present what we are going to listen in on first. So if anyone hasn't heard, I don't know how you, well, I would know how you haven't, because there's so much going on right now that people are picking and choosing what they're finding and deeming important. In this case, with our late nephew, Nolan Wells, is of importance to us here at the Family Bloodline Network and on the Pulse as well. And so here recently, there has been enhanced audio that's come out by an audio engineer who has skin in the game and who wouldn't put her reputation up for naught, right? And so the clip that I'm going to play, before she jumps into what she's playing, she outlines her credentials, and so I highly recommend that everyone goes back and gives her just due to see exactly who she is. And I'm talking about Janetta, and I can't remember her last name right now, but I'm sure Rich does.
Brantley.
Yes, thank you, Janetta Brantley. Right, so she enhanced the audio. She didn't add any AI. She used a DAW, digital audio program, essentially, that enhanced the background audio of what was happening when the call to I keep wanting to call it CTOC because of Seattle, but CETO, they took the call from the boat when it was going under. And so she enhanced the background audio of what was going on with the friends and everything and everybody else to present it to the public. There's a part where she says that she had to stop doing it because of the strain and the stress that it was causing on her from what she was listening to and what she was picking up from it. I was trying to find the clip that did not have words associated with the audio so we could listen to it raw, because I did that several times before I looked at the actual transcript. But in all fairness, I got what I got. And so we will listen in on what she enhanced, the audio that she enhanced. Mikey, give me a second. Let me actually pull you up if you want to hop on. I just put the link. So I pulled the actual audio forward from when she was talking to what the start of the conversation sounds like and what it is. And so I will play that now.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're thinking, can y'all please come? We have a membership. Oh, shut the fuck up!
And we'll stop it right there.
Yeah, I don't need him telling me where I'm finna stop nothing. But I'll play this clip again momentarily. But the background audio seems to have people referencing Nolan in distress, asking essentially what's going on, questioning if he is alive. That's right, he don't tell us to stop. So on and so forth. And the audio actually sounds better. The other clips that I found yesterday sound better without the transcription with it. I just couldn't find it today for some reason.
Yeah, and I got some on my messenger that I've saved. So if we have to listen to it without Miss Bradley or Mrs. Bradley because she's married.
Yeah. So I'll play it again, but I just want to get you all's initial reaction to the actual audio. Yeah, if you would please, Mike, I appreciate it. To the actual audio, what is your initial reaction? And I'll start with you, Wig, and then we'll work our way counterclockwise while everyone gathers their thoughts to jump in on this. Wig, what is your where are you at?
They ain't gonna have long to gather their thoughts, but I'm gonna be quick. Listen, we knew. Unfortunately, we knew that the young man is gone. It's about how he left, right? And why are so many people willing to throw their lives down the drain? So I like I said, I always say it's about the cover up. I want to know who was on that boat. Who was on that boat? You know what I'm saying? And it seems like they if he wasn't alive on the boat, it seems like what they dumped him over.
Mm.
You know, and where was he at when they were supposed to when the people supposedly was gonna come out and tow him? So who came out and helped him? Was it the Seacoast people or was it the grandfather?
Well, just as a reminder,
I think the grandfather canceled the tow.
That's right.
See, so I didn't know that.
Can you hear me?
I heard you. I can hear you.
Okay.
So I didn't know that because I'm finna say like whoever came out since. So where was Wells at when they came out? It doesn't matter. It matters, but also he wasn't with them when they went in.
right.
So he started out on the boat with them going in.
You said going in. You said he was on the boat when they went to Horn Island, but when they came back from Horn Island, he
No,
wasn't.
but it sounds like he was on the boat when they were returning.
That's correct. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
which means again, they had to dump his body or dump his body somewhere.
Well, just as a reminder, last week we went through the timeline, and the body was found in the same area where the boat was being towed from.
So again, right, exactly. So now it's to the point. I feel like it's a cover up, and you want to know who was on that boat.
Yeah, but the boat was never towed. Remember?
Right.
I think the boat was towed, but it wasn't from sea tow.
That's why I thought the
boat.
Okay.
So
okay.
when they caught, wait a minute.
Hold on, before we jump into that, because I think I know where you're going with that, Rich, and that's a relevant point.
Yeah, but hold on. Remember what Lynn just said that I agree to. C told Vicky, the dispatcher Vicky contacted the person at Cito who was going to go get them, and he said, "Oh, I've been contacted by the grandfather Jerry Ackerman. We don't need to go out there." So they did not go out there to that island, Horn Island, and tow whoever was on the boat. As Mr. Wigg has pointed out, that tow never happened from Horn Island. That was canceled. So it's easy to get all this information confused. I understand that. Because every time we think we have a fact, then somebody comes out with more information that could be all fact, all fiction, or more importantly, a mixture of both, to where nobody knows what's going on.
Well, we know it's a cover up because we know the people on the boat actually know what happened. We can start there.
Okay.
You know, and then you just start. So that's why I said we need to know who was on the boat.
Yeah, and we asked about that 2 weeks ago. I kept complaining about that. I said, who was on the boat? We can't find out. Well, wait a minute. Not to jump the. I'll hold off. I'm sorry.
I'm about to say.
But Glass. Well, one more thing, Glass. I got to give my man. I got to give Mr. President his props, because last week he was on Officer Tatum. And I'm giving you your props today, bro, because now there's some more information that came out. This guy walking around with a big thing of egg on his face.
Yeah, that.
So that's it. That's it for me, though, Glass. That's it for me, brother.
Okay. Oh man, they fell off again. I'll push that up to Deuce. What is your upon initial? I got the message, Mikey. I'm trying to figure out how to filter it without getting a daggone commercial to play. But what is your initial impact when hearing the audio? And if you need to, I can play it again for you real quick.
Nah, so for one, I thought the boat was towed, not by sea tow, but there was video footage of the boat being towed within that 3 to 4 hour time block, right?
Yeah.
Not by sea tow. Two, but going back to the video, I put my head down. I've been listening to it a couple times today. I have not read any transcripts, right? I don't know if the transcripts are on there. You can hear something similar to Nolan. I definitely heard "Oh my God" by a woman. That was evident.
One quick
something
question.
Similar to Nolan.
Deuce, when you make that comment, the boat was not towed by sea tow. We know that's true.
Right.
So when you say the boat was towed, do you know the company that towed that boat and where that boat was being towed from and where to? Do you have those GPS coordinates that you trust?
Nah. See, and this is from New York Post, so debatable. It was told they say it was told for about 3 miles before resuming normal operation. And that's
okay.
They don't say who. It doesn't say what company towed it or who towed it, because it could have been just another boat.
And it's not giving you the GPS coordinates or anything like that?
Nah, no GPS coordinates, and also need the day, right? That could have been another day. So yeah, definitely don't have that. But to the audio, definitely heard "Oh my God." Sound like could have heard Nolan, which Richard already brought it up. No, Wiggs brought it up. Yeah. If that was Nolan that we heard the name, that would insinuate you could assume that Nolan was on that boat on the return trip back home, right? And then if you go to what Rich was saying, sea tow didn't tow that boat. Let's assume the boat wasn't towed. Let's take that out because I can't confirm it. We do know a call was made to get towed, and we do know that sea tow did not tow the boat. That's what we know for sure. It leads to what Wiggs is saying. It's more of a cover-up. Why would you call for help when your boat's malfunctioning? You have some people in the background definitely saying, "Oh my God." It wasn't a funny "Oh my God." Maybe heard the name Nolan. Then that call is canceled by somebody else. It doesn't look good. I tell you that much. It doesn't look good.
So Cito did not tow it, just to make sure we stay on par with that. But there was another boat or a company that towed that has not been released to the public.
Where'd you get that information from? That's been released or?
So when I went to do a quick Chat GPT search to pull all of the referenced boats that towed Nolan's friends, the day before his body was found, it came back and it told me this leaves an important. It gave me the timeline again, right? And then it says, well, I'll read it to you. Let me share this with you also, so everybody knows what I'm reading. Well, I don't want to stop this screen, so I'll read it. So it gives me the breakdown about, it says, here is what is known. Around 4 p.m. on July 4, 2026, somebody aboard the boat called Ceto, after reporting that the bilge pump had failed and the boat was taking on water near the west tip of Horn Island. During the call, the dispatcher asked if everyone was on board, and the caller replied, yeah, everybody is on board. According to the statement later provided by Ceto, they did not ultimately tow the boat. Before they arrived to render assistance, the boat's owner informed them that help had already been obtained, so Ceto canceled its response. This leaves an important unanswered question. Who actually helped or towed the boat? As of today, no law enforcement agency has publicly identified another towing company or private vessel that ultimately assisted. Public release reports simply state that the Ceto service was canceled because help had already been obtained. So somebody else did come out there.
I heard Officer Tatum interviewed Richard. Who's the dude, the white boy with the hat that he interviewed? Warren
Hudson. Warren Hudson.
So Warren Hudson said that a friend's boat came alongside them because Officer Tatum wanted him to explain why they accelerated. And the reason why they said they accelerated and kept accelerating was to basically trying to outrun the water from filling up the boat. So by going faster, it would be higher up on the water and less water will come into the vessel. That's the explanation he gave for why they accelerated after the friend was towing them. But it was a private boat that gave them a tow. No. You know what? Listen. Everybody should be excited at this point. You know why? Because if it is a cover-up, and we watched, I had to baptize Stephanie into dead presidents this weekend because she hadn't seen it. So you know how that went, right?
You know what happened?
All these people involved in a caper, what's eventually going to happen? They're going to turn against each other?
Yeah, somebody gonna talk.
All right. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And yeah, so that's what it looks like is coming up. To me, if because for me that background audio is like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, stupid.
One quick point on that audio.
I'm on the phone. Shut up.
Well, so one quick point, Lynn, on the audio. One quick point on that audio. So I'm watching this like a hawk because I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Other than me and Deuce, y'all have children, and if your child had disappeared like this, I'm gonna have.
Deuce got.
Yeah, no.
I stand corrected. Yeah. So if any of your children, if any of your your children had gone to Horn Island with a bunch of white boys, it could be black boys, but in this case, it's in Mississippi with these white boys, and they had not come back, I'd have the same intensity from last week and the week before. But this week, I'm gonna show you a level of professionalism, and I'm gonna tell you why. When that pool party came out, that picture came out, that pool party, my first reaction as a person who's gone through criminal and civil court, you have to discredit that pool party, and I mean you got to bring the heat. And to the credit of those white folks in Mississippi and Jackson County, they brought the heat, and they were attacking like hell on Facebook. When this audio came out, which goes to what Lynn is giving credit to what Mr. Wiggs said about the cover-up. When that audio came out, the first thing that came to me, Vicky, do you still have your job? You weren't supposed to let that audio out. When you let that audio out, I said they have to attack. And I mean, they got to discredit that audio any which way but loose, starting with a man a young man, 21-year-old in Wyoming, football athlete with an NFL prospect, Bart Edmondson, who was on the boat when he said Bart pulled the plug. Who was on the boat?
And I think it's Bart's boat. I think it was Bart's boat that was.
No. It's actually, I think it's Eric and Wyatt's boat, or their grandfather's boat.
No, not the boat that they're on. The boat that was towing that boat.
Oh, okay.
I believe Warren said it was Bart's boat.
Well, listen to this Bart situation. 2 weeks ago, I was hooping and hollering, and I said, Katie, if you need a place to hide, come on, hide with me, because nobody cares about me.
Until you are up for it.
So Katie ain't talking. But now this Bart Edmondson's name's popped up on the report from July 5th. So somehow you got blacks and, listen to this, you got blacks and whites working together in this country, not doing drugs, not on the sports team, not in the union, not in the military.
In that state.
In that state, you got Nancy Grace saying, I got to put my 2 cents in. But the key to Bart Edmondson Jr., who's headed to the NFL, whose daddy was a great punter and granddaddy was a punter, they say, and I don't want to be sued, allegedly, guess who he's the boyfriend of?
Don't say Katie.
McCormick.
Yeah. Pictures.
Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. Bart, girlfriend is Katie?
I'm trying to be professional tonight.
Look.
Allegedly.
Maintain. There's pictures on Facebook. And I did not take the picture that was in the video. I'm sorry.
And just so I can remember, and Katie's the one that Nolan allegedly wanted to holler at.
Remember when Warren Hudson
Remember
when Warren Hudson did the interview with Officer Brandon Tatum? It's not Race Tatum. I thought his name was Race, but it's Brandon Tatum, Officer Tatum. He said that Nolan was all hugged up on Katie, technically the pretty white girl, but she is pretty. And I guess they were all hugged up together. But remember,
could have been cold.
Warren. Okay. But Warren, Wyatt, and remember, Tristan was kind of talking slick stuff, saying, hey, Nolan, what you doing, basically? Because they knew that Katie had a man.
Mm.
Now, with this audio that came out, you have to discredit the audio. You got to attack the black woman, and she's in a same-sex marriage, so you got to really double down and attack her from any direction and put the fear of God into her, make her so scared that she wants to walk away. You've got to discredit that audio. You got to discredit the picture, which they've kind of already done. That picture, in my mind, that I believe, Lynn, is probably from July 4th. But now with the audio that comes out.
The pool? The pool?
Yeah, but
no.
Just hear me.
No.
Okay, just hear me out for a second.
Okay.
If you say, well, Richard, you can't have it both ways. You can't have him going to the pool later that night and getting attacked on the back of his head, but then say that he had the back of his head knocked off while he was on the boat, and now you got the audio on the boat. So you can't have it both ways. So I concede. No, I'm conceding that, because every time we turn around and think we know something, then something else comes out, and you can always tell.
That was me.
Oh, no. And you can always tell how vital the information comes out, because when the white attorney, she comes across like a crazy person, Kimbra Lee on Facebook, is going in on Bart. All of a sudden, Bart Edmondson Jr. has got a lawyer, Russ Latino, I guess that's his name, and they filed a cease and desist against her, saying, don't be trying to say that he's guilty of anything.
Well, not just her, but anybody that says anything online about him being implicated. That's who he's filing lawsuits against.
But listen to this. Just like Lynn says, I don't have the facts, this is my beliefs. Those people online, the influencers, they give you their opinions. They tell you how they feel. Biloxi boy cooking, the white man from down in Jackson County.
Yeah.
He tells you how he's feeling. He's telling him, go on and sue me. Come on and serve me. Here's my 2 addresses. Because he knows who these people are. So
I don't want us to get in on that. Come on, sue me game. I don't know. They
No,
sue them.
No,
Yes.
no. He's talking about
No, I
Biloxi
know.
boys
I'm
saying,
talking about on this panel. I don't want them jumping on.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm not
right, but
inviting
he's
it.
telling people, come on and sue me because I'm just giving my opinion. He knows his rights.
Yeah.
So when you give, see, I've already lost a defamation case and someone said something about me and the judge was crooked. But when you say somebody, this is 100% true, and you know it's not true, and you criteria for defamation, then you will get sued. But when people are on Facebook giving out their opinions, those opinions are no different than half of America about O.J. Simpson before there was a grand jury and he'd already been arrested and convicted in their eyes. And they were giving their opinions. Okay, stop there.
No, I agree with that. So the question again, and I'll swing to well, Deuce, were you finished with where you were?
Yeah.
Okay. So Stephanie and Lynn, I was waiting for y'all to come back. Upon the initial impact of hearing the audio, what did you all think?
When I first heard it, look, I'm just being as transparent as I can. It was so horrific after I listened to it. The more I listened to it and was able to understand what they were saying in the background, I was like, man, I hope this is a hoax. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just so much that I was thinking, somebody, God, please don't. You want the truth to come out, but God, please don't let this be real. You know, because it was just so, it made me nauseous. Some of the things that they were saying, how they were saying it, and how nonchalant the guy on the phone was calling for help. You know, like Lynn was saying, the guys on the phone, shut up. But still interacting with the people. And is he dead? Oh man, for real. Just all that kind of stuff was just, it had my mouth open. Just trying to listen for something else. And when I saw the young lady saying all that she did, to tell us what to expect, I didn't know who she was. So I was just trying to, wait and see instead of me forming a judgment. But after that, I was just thinking, oh my God, I just need to wait to see if this is something that is actually credible and real. And lo and behold, try to prepare yourself for that. It seems to be. So I am happy that more information is coming out, but at the same time, a bit devastated that it seems to be the worst case scenario.
Yeah. Lynn?
I'm still, I feel like I'm in episode 5 of a 10-part Netflix series. I still feel like there's some more twists and turns. So for instance, I weighed in a couple of weeks ago saying that it could be the 3 dudes on the boat in the picture, but it could be another dude. And remember the scenario I imagine involving who? Katie.
Who?
Katie.
Who was it?
Katie.
Okay.
Katie McCormick. That was like, of the 3 things I had an accidental drowning, I had those 3 on the boat doing it, and I had somebody that we don't even know about right now doing it and involving the girl. Also, are you guys reading and hearing the groundswell about this drug and alcohol report?
Oh man, hold on, man. Here
that's
comes the smear campaign, man. I knew I was waiting for it to come because TMZ's even debating on the word heavy. The guy said, "Oh yes," because somebody said he was heavily intoxicated. Heavily is so damn subjective. It's so subjective.
Yes, it is.
One of the most subjective words, man.
You
But
couldn't walk.
now they're trying to paint the man as a drunk. So drunk that possibly he fell into the water, whether from the island, from the boat, debatable. He fell into the water, couldn't swim, and drowned himself. That's what happened. That's what they're trying to allude to.
So let's
And see, you don't have to cover. You don't have to cover that up.
Hey, you know what?
You
Do
would
you?
exactly.
Do you have
But
to cover
also
that up?
I just want to point out, I need to point out, because I did say this about as soon as things happen, those kids not having a drug and alcohol test. They should have been apprehended and they should have been tested for drugs and alcohol, because the only
But
one who maintains
Jay
the
Glad,
alcohol,
when? When are you
when
supposed
they
to go do that?
as soon as the body was found, at that
So
point,
Monday.
it should,
Monday.
yeah, that, because
Yeah.
I got, listen, I have
I
been
don't have a
drunk for
law
days.
degree. I don't have a law degree. I can get that tossed.
So-
Well, then I'd rather
From
have
the
to
4th of
fight
July
that.
to
Yeah,
the 6th of July.
I'd rather have to fight that than to now the only person that they're
Right,
trying
that's
to
what I
make
said.
these
His stuff is
allegations
locked
against.
in.
Right.
Yeah, right.
His
So now,
and his
right,
drugs.
yeah, he's the only person that was just that intoxicated, right? It's
So
the
wait-
only, just happened to be the only black kid who's just got this drunk, and I'm waiting for the drugs to come out and jump into this also, so they can continue to smear this young boy,
So
this young
listen,
man.
So listen to this. See, I had this written down. If me and Lynn agree, people take notice. If me and Deuce agree, that's even worse than me and Lynn agreeing. Now, the drugs and the alcohol. You knew this was coming. Here's the funny thing about this. If they say, because we're all African American and we're sensitive to black children, yes, we're guilty. Okay. Now, if you say that you're innocent and he had all these drugs and alcohol, which is so different than the other kids on the boat, why, when you sent that body to DC to the independent forensic pathologist, Dr. Roger Mitchell, why didn't you go on and include the trachea and all the rest of the body parts so they could have ran a toxicology report of their own? You did not do that. And you said, and then you say, Jackson County or the state of Mississippi, well, we didn't intentionally not send that. But even if they ask for it now, you still won't send that.
That's like saying, that's like the devil saying, well, I didn't intentionally make you want to sin.
Listen, you try to do the drugs and the alcohol. You try to discredit the pool party. See, there's something about that pool party. Okay? But now there's something about this audio. Now listen. Up to this point, Lynn, if we didn't have the audio, you would be even more firmly established. But the manner of death, in other words, Lynn, if you got mad because I said something to you, you came up here to Sacramento, went upside my head, you disappeared, Stephanie thinks you in bed, you mysteriously disappear, show up, knock me upside my head, run my ass down to that Sacramento River, well, and then you throw my ass in there. Manner, drowning. But that ain't the cause. That ain't the cause. Right. So now, so check this out. Now they'll say,
I said from the beginning. I said from the beginning, with it being the 4th of July, a major holiday, very popular holiday, teenagers on an island, unaccompanied, you'd be a fool to think that there's no drugs and alcohols. Everybody this stage and like I guess this generation, weed is like oxygen. But listen, and that somebody hooked them up with some alcohol and all that kind of stuff, but still, that's still not the reason that this boy is dead.
But wait a minute, let's go back and dig this deeper. When Lynn said, Richard, you can't say that Sheriff Ledbetter said there was no foul play. He said it looks like it's no foul play, but it's pending investigation. So he corrected me on this. He was right. But when you listen to the reports on TV and on Facebook, they say, quote, Sheriff Ledbetter said no foul play. So that's an error. Then number two, we looked up last week. You can be between 18 and 20 and drink beer and light wine in the state of Mississippi as long as you have a permission of your parent or guardian. That's the second thing, but nobody's talking about that. Then here's the third thing. No one can answer this question. Who's on the boat? Give me all the names. No one can verify about the GPS coordinates. And like Lynn said, he had a suspicion that there's somebody we don't even know about. Now we know about this person. Well, hold on. On episode 5, Bart Edmondson Jr. has appeared. Okay. So if we didn't have that
Hold
audio,
on, there's another guy.
Okay, go ahead.
There's another guy.
I'm listening.
There's a cocaine guy.
Oh,
that
well, that's
nobody's
news.
identifying.
Oh, the way the cocaine guy.
There is a cocaine guy.
Oh, they were getting down in this island, man. I should have known. I should have known because back in my day, we couldn't afford cocaine.
Wait a minute.
Or boats.
Remember
nowadays they can
Warren,
afford cocaine and boats in the island.
when Warren
Dude,
Hudson's
that's a
stepmother,
blessing that you couldn't.
when Warren,
I guess it could be viewed that way that I could. Okay.
When Warren Hudson's stepmother, Judge Ashley Cole, said, "We're not doing no more social media. We're getting too much attacks. You know, this is terrible. You're prejudging these 3 innocent white boys." Basically, when she said that, then a week or 2 later, when the heat started to really intense, here comes Officer Brandon Tatum doing an interview with Warren Hudson. So you can't go down to the police. You can't go to the funeral of Nolan Xavier Wells, but you got time to sit down with with Officer Brandon Tatum and do an interview with no lawyer. After your stepmother said, "We can't take this pressure. We're getting off social media." And then you, along with the other boys, you delete your social media, but you can sit down with Officer Brandon Tatum and he asked you these softball questions. He never said, "Well, where's Katie at?"
Well, big press. You got to understand. You got to control the narrative, baby. It's all about controlling the narrative. That's one directional right there. We can be mad at the TV screen, but we can't hit them back in real time on that interview, can we?
No.
Smart move, man. Actually,
it
smart
is,
move
but
for
it
their
is
part.
because everything that he says in that interview is admissible.
How do you figure that?
It's an interview. It's
Mikey
public
done popped
information. And so if he's put it out in public, and any lawyer can take that information and use it in court.
Right, it's admissible, right? Because my thing is, if that was 3, how many times have we said to African American young men, "Keep your mouth shut, get the lawyer, and let the lawyer, even if it's been Trump."
Oh, that's even a better move. They can't do that though, man. Their best move to them is controlling the narrative.
Trying to control the narrative.
All right.
But you're right. The best move is to put your head down, stay quiet. Like
So Mikey, you just hopped on. Where are you at with this so far? Love the jacket
Fresh
again.
Prince of Bel Air.
Thank you.
Look like, what's up? Will
Boom.
Smith?
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, boom, boom. Nah. I'm gonna repeat what I said initially. Give me your phone. Stop going on interview. Give me your phone. I don't have to talk. We got the FISA warrants, the Patriot Act, Google, everybody, every tech company in the world is listening to everybody at all times. Give me the data and quit wasting my time with these interviews. I know what you done said and did and who you texted and all of the keystrokes and all that shit is recorded. Stop talking to me and give me the data. I don't need to. We don't need to do or do it the old school way, because I remember on April 19th, 1989, after a 28-year-old female jogger was brutally beaten and R-worded in Central Park, they just started grabbing mugs.
Yep.
They just grabbed them, put them in the room, and they got false confessions. Let's just put them in a room and just see what they say. They didn't even try just putting them in a room and being like, "Okay, I'll be back. Just, you know why you're here, right? Okay, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. I'll be right back. I got to do something." And then you let them stew, and then you come in 45 minutes, and you just give them a piece of paper, and then you just let them talk. You'll find out everything that happened. These little boys are scared.
Mikey, those are black boys. So when you're black, you're guilty until proven innocent. If you're white, you're innocent until proven guilty.
Hey, Rich, they just got Ventilago like Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks. Or Ventilago, my bad, like Michael Jackson had. That's what they got, Ventilago.
It's an investigative detention. They don't have to say anything. But I can't hold you in this. But I can't hold you in this room for half an hour to see if something spill out.
I think even more so than race, Rich and Mikey. To your point, money, man. Them cats in Central Park didn't have any money.
Mississippi ain't got no money.
Right, they ride to an island on a boat. They got money.
They live in a shack.
No,
the boat
no,
is
they don't.
nicer than a house. Like, let's chill. Like, they're not affluent going to like Martha's Vineyard. These is a bunch
Mikey?
of teenagers on some sketchy ride with Uncle Ruckus and
Mikey.
and Uncle Remus and all the rest of them.
Wait,
Like,
hold on, Mikey. Hold on, Mikey. Wait a minute.
oh my
Mississippi has a low cost of living, and the parents of those 3 innocent boys, white boys, they're educated. They have well-established jobs, making a high rate of pay for the state of Mississippi. And that house, that pool party with that pool, and it's sitting next to the ocean. So, you know, if you want to buy a house by the ocean in America, maybe Mississippi, southern Mississippi is where to go for the best bang for your dollar. So we just can't discount their education and their income of those 3 boys, and Judge Ashley Cole and her education, of course. And then one of the boys' father is an FBI agent or something of that nature. Then they said the boy of Bart Simpson, the father of Bart Simpson, he works in the hospital with Christine Wansley.
Did you call him Bart Simpson?
I'm sorry, Bart Edmondson. Bart Edmondson.
Eat my shorts, man.
Bart Edmondson. His father works in the hospital with Christine Wansley. He's a doctor.
Yeah. So they may not be rich, but they got enough money to
lawyer.
lawyer up.
Educated. They have a good rate of income. And think about it. You're educated with a high level of income in the state of Mississippi. And here's something else. I can't reveal my source. Someone from Jackson County reached out to me. It appears that Elmore Wansley makes a good rate of pay working in the shipyards down there in Mississippi, in southern Mississippi. So these people in Ocean Springs and that little area, those people are making some good money.
Yeah,
Well, even with
Mississippi has beautiful land out there. Yeah, and for some people, affordable. So have good lives.
But it's also the poorest state in the union.
It is.
Thank you. And it also gets hit by a hurricane every 4 years. And the whole thing is under 19 feet of water. I'm looking in what's it called? What was this town? The town right next to it. I zoomed out. I was in Biloxi, but whatever that town you said right next, Ocean Springs.
Yeah.
And then Gulf Hills is over here. The average price I'm seeing on these homes, there's a couple of them that are like 6 or 7, but most of these are $200,000 homes or less. Like, you know what I mean? And they're ranches. A couple of them are multi-story. All this AstroTurf grass. You know, all these like. You can't have it's the Delta. It get hit by hurricanes. There's only so much you can do. The weather will destroy it. And the only reason I brought that up.
They had those four-wheelers out there. They be mudding. They have a good time, you know, with what they have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're country folk, but they're also Gulf folk. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like they'll do their mudding, but they got boats too, and then they go, go get a sea bass and a crawdad in the same afternoon. Like it ain't nothing to them.
Yeah.
You know what? That's fine.
Most importantly, well, not most importantly, but also they are legacy families. Can't remember that. Can't forget that about the South. They're legacy families, and so their names get them into positions and places that their credentials will never go. Right? It's not even a buck. It's a name. It becomes a name.
Name for a buck.
Yeah, which is why. Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Which is why they are able to do a lot of what they're doing. I want to make a point to say this also, because there's a lot of information that we're getting, but there are no names attached to them. I'm looking up to see who owned the boat that the kids were on, that these teenagers were on when they were calling in for a tow. And wouldn't you know it, the name has not been revealed.
Jerry,
as to
Jerry? No.
Isn't that Jerry?
Wait, hey, listen to this. Yeah, I think it was Jerry Ackerman's boat, but listen to this.
We can think it, but as far as it being actually public, I'm not finding any articles.
But check this out. We can't name the boat. About controlling the narrative juice. We can't name the boat. We can't name there was 7, 8, or 15 people on the boat. We don't know their names other than the name Bart was yelled out. Wyatt's name was yelled out. So those 2 people were on the boat. We can't name the other boat that maybe Bart had or somebody else had. As Mikey said, if you pull the phone records on everybody on that boat, and then here's the other problem. Remember I went off about Ben Crump? I said, you've had this phone. Christine had the phone retrieved by her best friend Tashima's hands, and you've had this phone all this time, Mr. Crump. And then y'all jumped on me and said, no, you can't download it because it may be tampering with evidence. But yet you guys trust Jackson County Sheriff's Department to sit down with Ben Crump and his law team and for them to jointly go through that phone together. I could have got the phone and sent it to Mikey, and Mikey said, I got it, man. Here's the phone back. We didn't erase anything.
I could copy a phone in 2 hours.
This is crazy.
Okay,
So
here's the question.
so
How are we getting these phones though?
You get a subpoena from the judge. This is easy. They're not investigating. They're not investigating. A sheriff, a sergeant,
they did the subpoena.
A beat cop could just say, hey, where y'all going? Give me them. Give me them evidence.
I tried before tonight. I tried before tonight. Christina Wansley's loft team, this is how I say this. They're working with a Mississippi lawyer, and they did a subpoena to the Jackson County for social media accounts. Okay, make sure I get this right. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I think Snap, and 360. So they did do the filing of the paperwork that I'm still trying to get from last week. So this lawyer down here in Mississippi, working with Ben Crump's law team, they did file the subpoena paperwork to get the records for social media. Now, why did they do it for the phone, Mikey? I don't know.
I want to
That's
pause.
That's the most sensitive piece of information because they can just drop that whole bitch in bleach, and you ain't gonna never see nothing off of there.
I want
another phone.
I want to pause real quick and play the audio again. Just as another point of reference to see if we can hear anything else in it. Here we go.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're thinking, can y'all please come? We have a membership.
I just want to also point out that the person making the phone call also hasn't been identified.
Really?
Correct.
So we can agree that the boat is a potential crime scene, murder scene.
Absolutely a crime scene, and that's what I'm saying. The owner of the boat isn't identified. The caller isn't identified. The persons on the boat aren't and haven't been identified. The towing company that actually pulled the boat hasn't been identified. All of these missing pieces that need to be answered continues to just spiral out of almost control at this point.
Let me ask you, I got a question.
Hey, listen
How
to
you
this.
feel about the Cajun Navy guy, commander, coming on there, saying that he offered cadaver dogs and all these other specially skilled dogs to Ben Crump's team?
Which one? The president of the Cajun Navy
Yes.
or Brian Thrasher? Which one?
No, the president of the Cajun Navy, I believe. I believe it was the president. The one that was on. No, he was on Nancy Grace.
That's Brian Thrasher.
That's Brian Thrasher. He's part of the Cajun Navy.
Yeah, he's the one that said he had to correct Ben Crump for saying that Ben Crump said that the body was found face down, fully clothed. He said no.
Fully clothed.
Nolan Wells. Go ahead, Liz. That he was found with his swimming trunks on. But I want to go back to something real quick. I want to go back to something about
how you gonna go back to something? I ain't even finished my something.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Can I finish my something first? Did I give you something?
I'm sorry. Because
How
you
do
made a
y'all
great
feel
point on
about
alcohol and drugs.
is that a play to discredit Nolan and his team, Ben Crump and his team? The Cajun Navy guy coming out to say, which to me is nothing, but maybe to America is something. Am I missing something with that?
Well, if we go back to, wait a minute. See, I don't want to go down this road about the United Cajun Navy. I really don't. Because my memory may be wrong. And if it's wrong, I know Lynn's going to say, no, you're wrong on this. You remember Hurricane Katrina? Remember when the Cajun Navy went down there? Remember who they were picking up?
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So I'm gonna walk away from that situation. But here's what I do know. If you can discredit this young black man, 18-year-old Nolan Wells, say he had drugs and alcohol in the system, and then the boat is a crime scene, as Mr. Wigg has alluded to, then you can basically say, well, maybe this was an accident. Listen how I say this. The manner was an accidental drowning. The cause was the drugs and the alcohol. And if you want to hold the other 3 boys accountable, the worst you could ever hold them accountable for in a criminal situation is maybe manslaughter. Maybe.
And here's another thing. If all of that was found in Nolan Wells' system, then you better believe that his system was not the only one filled with the drugs and the alcohol. That's what was going on the island.
Give me a second. Sorry about that. I got it wouldn't let me pause it. I just ended up getting another deal. Go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, but that audio is so that you have to destroy the credibility of that audio, and because it's too revealing, and people, there's certain words. Oh my God, well that's a flashpoint. Pull the plug, Bart. That's a flashpoint. Wake the fuck up, Nolan. Those are flashpoint words that people can't get out of their.
Is he alive? Is he dead?
Oh my God, that's the you
saying.
can't really.
God, that's terrible. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
So here's Mikey just sent me this, the uncut.
Okay.
So let's listen in on this real quick.
Can I let me say something real quick. So scroll down a little bit on the page, and then do more for like the description there. A little bit on the left, right underneath the views in like 3 days ago. Okay, and then hit the show transcript. So what that'll do is, there you go. You can literally keyword search. Like, so if I have to go, this is a trick I use all the time because I have to like go through like congressional hearings and shit like that. And it's like a 4-hour video. I'm like, okay, when did you ask about Ukraine? Because I know the thing I'm looking about is Ukraine. So I can just keyword Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? So if there's anything we want to like directly look for, and I put that link in the private chat if anybody wants to watch the whole thing in its entirety. But that's how I get over all. Like if AI is going to be here, I'm going to use the one function it's good at, which is making transcripts. Well, it's kind of okay at, but it can get a lot of the stuff in there. But it looks like we got a name. Jerry Anderson sounds like the dad who has the account.
Yep, that's why I went right here. Jerry Anderson is the name that hasn't been published by any other outlet.
Boop, got it. Oops.
Jerry Anderson.
Anderson.
Oh yeah,
that's the owner of the boat.
Yeah, just click, and then the good thing is when you're in the transcript, if you click on something, it automatically goes to that part in the audio. Oh, there you go.
Jerry Ackerman was the grandfather.
It could be. It might be.
Yeah, it might be the transcript. If you want to play it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll play.
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkinson. I think it's Jerry Atkinson. Yeah. Try that.
Yeah.
All right.
I know we have a membership like guaranteed. I don't have the tag
unless
on
you have a
here.
membership number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at
crap. I was gonna call it.
No.
All right. And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah. Everybody.
How many? All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
He sounds.
If not, I can send you a text message.
Official that girl hitting.
North. All right. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm available.
North 3 degrees. But. 4672.
All right, 4672. All right, and you were breaking up a little bit. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
Yeah, we do not have the VHF radio.
All right, well, let's try to get you going because you don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north.
Pause right there. I'll scroll back up to go through earlier audio in a second, but we at least have a name that we can check into in a little bit. My goodness, I want to see if we're able to hear any background when he first starts.
Connect you.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and
You just heard it.
Yeah.
So
And I
when
tell you what else,
when that girl Janetta Brantley did that cleanup, she got all that background.
And I also have audio equipment to where I can isolate. And I don't really want to do it, and I won't do it here, but I'll do it, and I'll download the audio file and I'll send it to everybody so y'all can hear it also once I get it cleaned up as well. But I'll go back through that.
But wait, here's the other thing. Somebody on Facebook was saying this. They said you leave your phone on the boat because you have no audio reception, no cell phone reception on Horn Island. Okay? But yet he's calling from Horn Island on his phone. He's calling from Horn Island, whoever the guy is on the boat with the 7 or 8 people. He's calling with phone reception from Horn Island. But yet they kept saying you don't need your phone on Horn Island because you get no cell reception. So
and you're gonna traverse that canal, that span of water. You have no radio on the boat.
Yeah, that's a weird.
You think he's lying?
I mean, not having a radio on a boat, like what the hell are you supposed to do if you're
on a 22-foot triton? You're saying on a 22-foot triton, more likely than not, you would have a radio on that boat. That's what you're saying?
I mean, that's the sea, no? Like it's not the open sea, but that's that's not a lake.
You should definitely have a radio on the boat.
All right.
Radios, life jackets, emergency flare. There's stuff you're supposed to have before the boat.
Remember when I said about the
touches
manslaughter? When I said about the manslaughter, listen to this. If you get on that boat, you should have life vests. All those boats
for
should have
every
life
single
vests.
person.
Right. So when you say, Nolan had too much drugs and alcohol in this system, so he accidentally fell off the boat and drowned. Well, wait a minute. Where was his life vest at? Because if he didn't have a life vest on, and the other 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 didn't have a life vest on, somebody's accountable. So then you say, well, who's in charge of the boat? They should be held accountable for maybe, if you even go to trial, a manslaughter charge. Maybe.
Give me a second because I'm reading through this fairly fast, but I'm also going to point something else out that I just looked at. I shouldn't have moved my screen. This part right here. Yep, I just need to answer the question.
Atera is the IT painkiller. Remote monitoring and management, remote access, help desk and ticket.
Got him.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay,
how many adults on board?
There's 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody here is over the age of 21.
He said no adult.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Hello?
He should say yes.
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right,
Official
verify what
that
boat's
girl
sinking.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton
Official
offshore
that girl
sea flight
Henny.
hull.
All right. All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Okay, thank you.
Official that girl Henny.
None of
What?
this. That's just stuff talking.
That's her
okay.
tag. She's trying to get some. Henny, we ain't going to your site, girl. Thanks for the audio, but we ain't going over there.
Oh my
All
god,
right,
man!
I'm
She
not
should have
even.
done
I'm
that.
not even liking the video. You know, that's so unclassy.
She should have done that.
That's
That
ratchet.
discredits her whole
That's
video.
ratchet. That's ratchet as hell.
That discredits her whole video.
Raggedy ass channel.
Henny,
And that
I
opens it up. That opens it up for
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
claims about
Trash.
manipulation. But what I wanted to say was the authority that released this audio was not Vicky, but it was Mississippi Department of Marine Resources.
Yes.
So the officials released this. This was not leaked.
No, wait.
This was released
Right.
by the Mississippi, what is it again? Department of Marine Resources.
And my thing about that being released, I'm shocked that the Mississippi Marine Department of Marine Resources released this. I'm stunned by that. I can't because this. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Way.
No, for you can, if you submit the form to the proper authorities outside of this administration, you'll essentially get what you're asking for.
Okay. Well,
Also, I think also if you want to get out, you want to release this and get out in front of some of the pressure that's going to come behind you later on you not releasing it. So just let me go ahead and get out in front of this now because this is crazy. I'm with Lynn now. This is what episode we're gonna have within the next 48 hours or whatever else gonna come out. This is getting crazy.
So I looked it up
It's just
and
a downward spiral because you
It
don't
is.
have all the information. It's ridiculous.
I looked it up. I looked it up.
Yeah, none of us are professionals, and as you know, with court cases and stuff, there are rules and there are laws, and these are trained professionals, and you gotta wait. They're not just gonna come out and do stuff, you know. Otherwise, it's like, what is it called, martial law or something? You're taking the law in your own hands. It's just like, okay, so it's just, you know, wait on all of the. We said this from the beginning. Wait on more information, but every little piece that you get, people just, you know, run crazy, and then the next week is something else. You know, we just keep jumping on different things, and then you also know that after the case, a whole lot of other stuff will come out that they couldn't, that wasn't admissible, etc. And we remember that from the OJ case, and it'll be like that with the Epstein files too.
I looked it up. The Mississippi Department of Marine Resources strongly recommends having a reliable communication device like a VHF radio or cell phone for safety, but it is not legally required. Unless you are over 20 meters, then you have to have a commercial radio.
I got to pull this back up. Again, as you all are talking, I'm listening and I am reading, and I'm going to play this part now.
But he's a 22-footer. The girl quoted 24. She's wrong.
Actually got on his phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that Jerry, he said,
okay.
I just hung up with him.
Official
He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back. So I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah, they're in a panic. He's saying the bilge is not keeping up. I asked for Coast Guard. He said no, but he's just really upset on the back end. And, you know, I get it. It's a kid.
Somebody told their grandpa what happened to Nolan on that boat, and that motherfucker went out there. And this is my opinion. That son of a bitch went out there and they cleaned the scene up.
Yeah, they did.
Well, hey, my question, but wait.
When that that guy is just flat out lying. You can tell the lie. It's like, I literally just got off the phone with him. And who the hell are you for me to believe that you know?
Well, he may have gotten off the phone.
Oh no, that's the captain. That's the captain.
That was the captain.
It's like,
that's the captain.
Oh, okay, because it's like when you call 911 and then you hang up, and then after you done kill somebody say, "Oh, it was a mistake. We're good." That's why they come out and check anyway.
Did we verify the time of the call? Because I asked earlier, did we verify those GPS coordinates that they were really where they said they were at?
The answer is going to be yes. They were at the coordinates. And the reason why I'm saying that they're at the coordinates is because the boat and the body were found in the same vicinity. That doesn't matter.
Wait a minute.
That's what's lining up to me. Unless you're saying that somehow the coordinates are on the opposite side of the island. No.
What I asked was, what was the time of the call to Cito? Okay. And then I asked, because I don't care where the body was found, even though that's important later on down the road. I want to know that GPS coordinates that she asked him and he had to find out first. Was he really, because if he was really at Horn Island, there were all those other boats and all those 2,000 or 3,000 people at, because they would have saw this. They didn't see anything. No. Wait a minute. Hold on. Officer Brandon Tatum, Warren Hudson, how many folks are out there? Oh man, 200-300. There was tons of people out there. So when did you make that call to Cito? Because you said you left Nolan there with Katie at 4:30. But now you're calling Cito saying all this water is coming in. We need some help. But now, oh wait, we don't need the Coast Guard. So what time was the call? And were those GPS?
4 p.m.
Okay.
4 p.m.
4 p.m. If you made that call at 4 p.m. off that boat, then all those other people around you should have been helping you out too. Somebody saw this. And that's why I kind of wonder, was that call really at 4 p.m.? Was those GPS coordinates really at Horn Island?
Well, you know what? Now I'm thinking about it, man.
The call is noted by the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources.
Okay.
Here's a question I have about it. If what was Nolan's body, if he was on the boat, he had to be inside of the boat where no one else can really see the body, right? Because if it's like a dead body that's hanging off a boat, other people will call. So he had to be in the boat. And no one else could see him from outside of the boat. Right?
Well, give me a second. I'm glad you said that. Because it just so that can't be it. What size?
We're sure it's 4 p.m. I want to lock that time.
Yes. Last week when we went through the timeline, we said 4. What size was the boat that he said they were on?
22-foot Triton sea hole. 22-foot Triton sea hole. That came from the audio that Mikey sent.
These ain't big boats. The pictures.
That's what I'm saying. To go across ocean water, like open ocean water, in a 22-footer with no radio. That's crazy.
What are you saying, Lynn?
Huh?
What are you saying?
No, I was just saying you could fit the room that we're in. The boat could fit.
We joking, calling Price is Right boats and the size boats you went on the Price is Right.
How can you fit 7 people on? I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess. Okay. But
like
I can figure.
An Escalade is probably 19 feet or 18 feet.
Like you get 10 people in a Civic.
Okay.
I was going to say,
yeah.
Not a Civic.
If you and your boys going somewhere, y'all all gonna fit.
We making it one trip.
Let me know if I didn't spell this correctly or whatever the case may be, but
that's the same thing I got.
Yeah, these are the pictures that I'm pulling up for that type of boat. It's not a huge boat.
Okay.
It's just not that much space on it. And so
putting them down bottom to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Well, no, it depends because that front part could be open. Right. I'm seeing some configurations of the boat where in front of the steering wheel, it could be open, right? So his body could be down there. And if I'm on another boat and I just see a whole bunch of kids around, I'm not going to think too much of anything.
But
I got to see a body hanging off there, hanging off the side of the boat.
He could be laying on the floor.
That's what I'm saying. He had to be on the floor. He had to be on the floor.
an Escalade, a Cadillac Escalade, is 17.6 feet long. So it's like
about 8 people in the Escalade.
You know what I'm saying? So 7 people on a 22-foot boat don't seem so crazy because it's
You're right.
It's long.
Wait a minute. If this is at 4 p.m., you have all these other boats out there with all these other people, and he accidentally fell off because he's full of cocaine and alcohol and anything else you can try to throw on him, and he falls off into the water. Where's your good Samaritan to jump in that water and get your friend? This
is Christian national country.
I just kept his cell phone until his mom came and got it.
Right, but if he fell off at 4 p.m. or at 3, if he fell off because he's so full of cocaine and alcohol that you claim, and he falls off in the water, don't you jump in the water and grab him and bring him back up? Or maybe you too drunk and full of alcohol and cocaine as well. I don't know.
We can't slow down the boat and turn it. There's no steering.
One that was drunk and high. You know that for. I mean, that's common sense. You know he ain't the only one that is drunk or high. With it, if he was, is all I'm saying. And like, what happened to the people to jump in there to try and help them or help him or anybody that would fall? So that's why it doesn't make sense.
But wait, I thought when you're on that water on that boat, I thought the rules. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Mikey can look this up real quick. I thought the rules is if you're on the ocean on a boat, whether you can swim or not, you have to have a life vest on.
That don't mean that you have it on though.
Okay.
Yeah,
you know how they took that picture.
That's just like,
you saw how they took that picture.
Just like if them asking if
okay.
you had your seatbelt on.
Okay.
Remember that Trump? Remember that
in that picture, there was no life vest in sight.
Remember that Trump flotilla with all them land manatees out there in them boats? Not one life jacket inside.
Let me also bring this to light. It sounds obvious, but when people are impaired, they don't make good decisions. This is why this is not a murder, a conspiracy, a real lockdown situation where people were thinking on their feet and what have you. Once people get impaired, they stop making good choices and good decisions. So, like for instance, why call the mom at 11 o'clock at night?
11:07. Yep. Warren did that, but here's my thing.
Hold on, because Lynn was still. Did he freeze? They froze.
It's sitting on the pair. And you know, also, hey, we talking about some footballers, man. They trying to show them abs off, bruh. They ain't trying to put on no damn light vest. They trying to show that work.
All right, that's fine.
That's for the Katies of the world out there, you know.
Well, but hold on. This is.
And I'm gonna need us to leave Katie alone. Katie is the one person who has not harmed this young man.
But Mikey, if she is really the alleged girlfriend of Bart Edmondson Jr. and Katie allegedly sitting on the lap of Nolan, according to Warren Hudson on Officer Brandon Tatum's little podcast video, if that's really the case, then what really happened?
I don't know, Rich. I've seen in those circles, they're a bit more free with things like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
All right.
It's usually the broke ones that are racist.
Well, but wait. Okay, so look, what Lynn said about being part 5 of 10.
Yeah, it's hard to be that way.
Because initially, hold on a second. Initially, they said we left him at the island with Katie. Now we hear about his name on the boat.
Yeah.
So initially, their story of the 3 innocent white boys, because the only thing we know is maybe Warren and maybe Wyatt. We don't know who the third white boy. Maybe it's Eric. They said we left Nolan on the island because he refused to leave. He was hugged up with Katie. Katie said, no, he left me to get back on the boat right next door to me on your boat to leave with you.
But
so
Rich,
now that's all in the question, because now you hear Nolan saying, Nolan, wake the fuck up. They're saying this. So Nolan was on the boat with them. But you said you left him.
Both could be true, man. He could have been on that boat. They turned that thing around and dropped that body on the island where Katie was at. We left Nolan on the island.
I just want to ask: is today Black Shirt Wednesday and nobody told me? What the hell?
You want to see my shirt? It's gonna make you mad.
Man, I'm gonna go find my Black Family Bloodline t-shirt. Nice. St. Louis Science Center.
I wanted to live in the Science Center. I was like, can I just have a room here?
You guys had a Science Center in St. Louis?
Listen, we've asked more questions than we provided answers to. And the bottom line is, when they asked for that independent autopsy, you sent that body, but you didn't send all the body parts with it. So they couldn't really.
I didn't know they kept body parts. They kept body parts.
Yeah,
that's not.
They
that's
kept
not
the throat parts, and I think the brain and some of the lung. They didn't send. If you said, "Well, hey man, we want to do an independent autopsy," okay, I'm gonna send you the body with all the body parts, so your autopsy should be very similar to mine. And then I hold parts back from you. The parts are the most critical to determine if somebody drowned or not. Or was there some type of abuse before the drowning? So the cause could have been, you knocked me upside my head, but the manner could have been, I drowned after you knocked me upside my head and you threw me off into the water. So, the toxicology, they couldn't even do a toxicology in DC because they needed those parts. So
come on, man.
If you're saying you're completely innocent, then be transparent and provide the information and shut people down. So when Mikey says, well, 3 innocent white boys, if you don't have nothing to worry about, then turn over your phone records.
Let me see that. Let me see that. I'll give it right back. Let me see that.
You know they lower though.
Because if I wanted Mr. President's cell phone, I could ask him for it, and he could give it to me, or I could compel him using the state. And the only way to do that is to have a prosecutor talk to a judge and say, I need a warrant for those digital devices that were on that trip. I'm worried about what happened, and I'd like to have a full forensic scan by the state of Mississippi. Let's see I want to know all your porn sites, all your Amazon clicks, everything. All of that is stored in your phone. How else can they advertise to you perfectly unless they have all of your metadata? They have it. Give it to me or give me a copy.
Mikey, the DA McGrath, whatever her last name is, she's already told you, we're getting all the evidence together, but we're never going to tell you, and it's going to be secret, and we're going to give it to the grand jury. So you'll never know if they subpoenaed the phones or did anything. She'll never tell you.
That's not going to help. That's not going to help her clients.
No, she doesn't have clients. Benjamin Crump on the civil matter is the attorney for the Ronsley family.
I'm saying for those boys, that doesn't help them. You want to comply with the investigation. You should hand over all your stuff. Here's my cell phone. Here's my other, but they're not doing any of that stuff.
I'm saying, right. But if you know what I mean, if all of that stuff proves your innocence, then your lawyer should be saying, here's the phone. We ain't do shit. But Mikey, what I'm saying is, we don't even know if this DA has even asked for this stuff. And if she did, she'll never tell you. She's going to submit what she asked for to the grand jury in secret. You won't even know who the grand jury people are from Jackson County. There's going to be a lot of white folks. And again, that's they got to roll the dice on that. Okay. That's court is usually open and shut, right? It's all settled way beforehand, unless it's not. And this has gotten so much attention, it's going to be hard for a jury to say I've never heard of it. But then the question, the question truly becomes: can you put aside everything? Yeah. Can you objectively put aside everything you've seen before, heard before, and you're gonna get the real evidence here, and we're gonna show it to you.
Here's my question: is it being treated as a murder case yet?
No.
So then, why would they ask for the phone?
Because someone has to. That's the thing. Either the parents or the prosecutor has to insist that those things.
But if it's not being treated as a murder, how is it being treated right now?
Even if it's a wrongful death or negligence, that is one of the 19 crimes that could have got your happy little ass sent to Australia. If you were in the UK and you caused a boating wreck where there was loss of life, guess what, buddy? Good day, mate. You're going there with the kangaroos. So you can't have loss of life on your vessel. If you say he was on the boat with you and they're
never
screaming his
said it.
name, they called his name.
They
so
did.
Is he on, so is he on the boat or not?
But wouldn't the case have to be?
Not there yet.
Wouldn't the case have to transition from drowning
it's in the drowning phase
to murder?
They're
So it's drowning.
on the way too.
Yeah, so it's drowning. So they wouldn't. The DA is still safe. The DA still doesn't have to ask for phones because it's being treated as a drowning. I'm with you, but there's no forcing function to make her do that.
Well, the DA doesn't have to.
He is the forcing function.
Like, none of them be on the jury.
Who?
Yeah.
I can be objective.
So-
I can be objective.
I'm being objective now.
So what is happening right now is they aren't quote unquote supposed to delete, erase, restrict, rescind any information at this point
I ain't
because
supposed to sign my report card before I show my parents.
hey,
either,
I'm
huh?
just saying what's happened since the mother has gone to become the
Executor.
you made me forget, the executor of his estate.
Oh yeah. You saw that article I sent to the group.
Yeah, I read it.
That thing was screens long. The list of stuff you couldn't do.
Yeah, I can't read that because it's on Smart News. I don't have access to Smart News, so I read it somewhere else. I read it in another area.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a host of things that they're not supposed to do right now, and the hope is when the
Ain't supposed to drink underage either.
hey, and they already said that they didn't have any adults out there over 21.
Look, as soon as you get an email like that, Jay
if
Glad,
they have
you
the
go right to the
permission,
thread.
I do.
if they have the permission of an adult or a guardian, they can drink light beer and wine.
Hold on before you jump in there because there's a little bit of a delay with Steph and Lynn. That's why I was trying to wait to see what they said.
What did you say?
Oh, I said you're not supposed to drink, smoke, or do lines.
Damn.
Oh yeah, I don't drink, smoke, or do line dances at the same time.
Line dance.
You know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Mike,
So-
are you
so Rick-
frozen?
So Rich, when the authorization for a minor to drink is given, the parents or an adult of legal age is supposed to be present when alcohol is being distributed.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So with them throwing those allegations on Nolan, they're implicating themselves as well, especially with the confession that they have on the recording saying that there was nobody 21 years old. Everybody's breathing.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Nobody 21 years old. is
Hold
on
on.
the boat.
This is where they got caught in a lie. Because if Bart is on that boat and they were yelling at Bart, pull the plug, Bart Edmondson is 21. So
but I think Bart is on the other boat that's towing.
No,
he's on that other boat.
No, if you listen to that audio carefully, that whole audio.
That's what
it
your
said
boy
Bart
Warren
pulled-
said.
If you listen to that whole
Right, he may
audio,
have jumped from his boat to their boat to pull a plug.
Now let me give y'all a visual. How many people saw Jaws?
Oh my God.
I beat it on
How many
Nintendo.
people saw Jaws? Remember,
Forgot about it.
like they were. They're like,
He may have gone boat to boat
You
because
know-
the guy Warren said that Bart's boat is the one that ended up towing them. That's what he told Officer Tap Dance.
right? So my thing is this: when you talk about what Warren Hudson says out of his mouth,
Officer
I'm
Massa.
kind of lost. I'm like, can I believe 10% of what he says? I don't know what to believe out of his mouth. I really don't. So if he says that Bart's boat told them, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Nobody really knows.
I think you should stay where you are and continue to be suspicious of these bastards because you're bringing in relevant questions when the situations arise. Because none of what they are saying at this point makes sense. Literally nothing. Nothing of what they're saying is making sense. And I'm waiting for the moment when something or somebody says such and such has been put in handcuffs in consortium and in line with or because of events surrounding the death of Nolan Wells, regardless of whether it comes up as being an accident or something pre-planned. Somebody needs to be in cuffs. Questions need to be asked and answered. because there's more than if we, from an audio sent on a StreamYard page, can begin to go through a call and look and break things down, find a name. And I was actually finna go and look at see if I could find old Jerry's picture. But I thought about doing it. And if we can do that in a matter of minutes, why aren't they asking these same questions with somebody in front of them and obtaining these answers? Not just the DA and their people, but Brother Crump. Why isn't he taking this stance as well? I expect Sheriff Ledbetter to be doing regulations. Say again?
No, because with rules and regulations, right. But with rules and regulations,
excuse me. What I was saying is rules and regulations when it comes to the law and our judicial system. You have to follow certain protocol.
Right. So with those rules and regulations, if we want to get technical like that, well, the rules and regulations tell us that Benjamin Crump can't even practice law in Mississippi. That's the first thing, since we want to talk about rules and regulations. But with rules and regulations,
well, actually, technically, Richard, he can. He just has to
apply to do it
with a local lawyer,
yeah,
which he has.
Hold on, I was getting to that. So he's not licensed to practice in Mississippi, but he's working with a lawyer who is licensed in Mississippi. So that's what he's doing. So to answer that question, when she said about rules and regulations, he can have that lawyer do exactly what Deuce and Mikey have been saying all along. Yes, he could.
Right, but what I'm saying is he can do that. Once he associated with that firm, he can do that as well. He's allowed. It's like a driver's permit and somebody in the car with a license.
Okay.
His name can't go on that paperwork. This I know. Some things when y'all say certain things to me, and I've already gone through criminal and civil matters, I know certain things and I know it to be accurate. So sometimes y'all say stuff, I just kind of smile and just let y'all have it. Because
maybe in the state that you went through it in, but I don't know all of the parameters.
I'm gonna give you the Latin verbiage because I read it too. I did my research too because that's how I get down. I don't start flapping until I've done some stuff. So let me, for clarification purposes.
And I from your tone, I don't think that you're a fan of Benjamin Crump, but if he doesn't have Benjamin Crump, then who does he have?
I don't think that's the point. I think the point is when you get an attorney, I think
my question.
Right. But that's not the point. Wait a minute. That's not the point. What I simply said.
It's not the point to you. It's not the point to you.
No, wait a minute. No. Hold on a second. Don't flip this on me. What I'm simply saying is this. This is what I'm saying.
You interrupted me, and I had a question, and my question was not solely to you. It's to the panel. But you said something in your tone regarding Crump like he wasn't good enough. But I was just saying that since we have Benjamin Crump, I'm not hating on him. If we did not have him, who will we have? Who is stepping up?
Well, first of all,
so let me read this. Richard. No, hold on. Let me read this real quick.
Go ahead.
So when an out-of-state attorney like Ben Crump handles a case in a jurisdiction where they do not hold a permanent license, they can still legally participate through temporary admission rules like pro hack vice or probably
I know.
Okay, so he's good without being licensed in Mississippi.
Right. So again, but I already knew about the pro hack
same
vice.
thing.
Hold on a second. I already knew about the pro hack. So hold on. Let me finish now. Let me be clear when I say this. I know about the pro hack bias. I've gone through it. And even though you may be pro hack bias, you can't sign no paperwork. The attorney you're working with signs paperwork. That's the first thing. Second thing about Benjamin Crump. When Deuce and Mikey are saying things and we're all asking about why isn't Benjamin Crump doing this, now we question his credibility. So to think that he's the only black attorney across America that can represent Christine and Elmore Wansley, that's a fiction. That's an absolute fiction. And when you come out of a meeting with DA McGrath and you can't even say the word meeting correctly, you say meeting, you've lost your credibility with a lot of black folks in this American country, Mr. Benjamin Trump. Okay? And then on top of that, when you won that money for George Floyd, because you went and got the #1 pathologist in America, Dr. Michael Biden, that Jew, I think he's a New York Jew.
There's more.
Because you knew how critical that George Floyd case was. You didn't go to no black pathologist. You went to a Jew. You took no chance.
There's a couple of things.
Hold on, Richard. Dr. Mitchell is Colin Kaepernick's guy.
Okay.
Colin Kaepernick has a whole organization that does autopsies. Dr. Mitchell is his guy.
Okay.
So if you go to Colin Kaepernick, you're getting Dr. Mitchell.
Okay. So I respect.
You're not getting your boy.
Yeah. Hold on, Rich. He's on a delay. That's why it's going back and forth like that.
Right. So I understand what he said about that's Colin Kaepernick's guy. That's fine. But here's what I do know. That George Floyd situation that caused the Black Lives Matter movement, they didn't take no chances. Now, the George Floyd family went and paid for Dr. Biden, okay? Now, that's the #1, forget the fact that he's Jewish, but he's the #1 pathologist in the country. When you go to take on the state of Mississippi, which is what Ben Crump is doing, you better channel your Johnny Cochran and put together your OJ team. And if you don't have that, you're going to have people asking questions, and you're already in a losing situation because you know those white folks in Mississippi don't respect no black pathologists, and they definitely don't respect Colin Kaepernick, who took a kneel fighting for black people. They don't
there's a couple of things that's going on there. We're not. This isn't the George Floyd case, right? And we're not dealing again with the same variables. We are where we are, and we have what we have. We can only work with what we have. Hell, if we could, we'd start a GoFundMe to get donations together to go get Dr. Biden for a third autopsy. But that's not happening. So we have to look at what we have and work with what we have. The comparison of Floyd versus now, the reason why I disagree is because Dr. Mitchell is a leading practicing physician in his own right. He absolutely is, and nobody can take that away from him. And he did great work with what he had. The reason why people are disappointed is because he didn't have the answers we thought we were going to get. And it's not necessarily from him, it's from Benjamin Crump. And even with Benjamin Crump, I'm not taking away his credentials. And if there is another black lawyer in the United States of America that could have actually spotlighted this case like he has, name him.
He doesn't have to be a black lawyer, #1.
Name the lawyer. I'm not moving past this. I'm not moving past this. Name the lawyer.
You could have got Joey Jackson in New York.
Then why didn't they?
Don't come at me. Don't come at me with this. Listen to this.
Then why didn't they?
Y'all guys want to talk about this black pathologist? You guys want to talk about this black pathologist?
No, because I understand the disgruntlement with Benjamin Trump, and I'm with you on it.
Because you're under
what I'm telling you is we are where we are, and we have what we have. And to continuously discredit him, it's not giving more answers.
No. I didn't discredit Mr. Roger Mitchell. No, I didn't discredit Dr. Roger Mitchell. This is what I'm saying. In a situation where you're taking on the state of Mississippi, the most racist state in America, that did more lynchings of black men in America, you need a dream team. Okay? #2, when you talk about this Dr. Roger Mitchell, this black pathologist who has an amazing track record, that is great. But as you and I both know on this panel, black people are not considered equal to whites in this country. Period. I don't care how amazing your credentials are. So in this situation, you should have got Dr. Biden.
The premise of what you just said, I don't accept that.
I'm just telling you, black life is not considered the same as white life in this country.
That's not what you said, though. But that's not what you just previously said.
I never discredited Dr. Roger Mitchell. What I simply said is, in a situation like this, you should have got Biden. Period. You couldn't take no chances because you know overall, white people in Mississippi, most likely, and more likelihood than not, don't respect black people as being their equal. Period.
But we are where we are, and we have what we have, and that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Coulda, woulda, coulda is not going to win the case moving forward because we don't have them. That's what I'm saying. What we do have, however, is the mother who is pushing forward to position herself to pursue litigation, right? I don't know what Benjamin Crump's doing right now, but in my opinion, it's not enough motherfuckers in the interrogation rooms, and maybe I don't know the full process. I'm not saying that I do, but there's not enough people in an interrogation room with another lawyer present answering questions that could easily be picked apart.
So here's what I'll say to this, because I thought that tonight we was going to do 2 parts, but you give me that respect by talking about this for an extended amount of time. All right, that's the first thing. So I say thank you for that. Here's what I'll say from this point on. You won't have to worry about me ever talking about Nolan Wells ever again on this podcast. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm not going to make excuses for people. I'm not. And so if y'all want to put this trust in Benjamin Crump, and he's a fine lawyer, but if I was in a situation would I want him representing me? No, I would not. So every black person in America has to decide which type of attorney they want. Do they want a black one? Do they want a white one? Do they want a Jewish attorney, an Italian attorney? You have to make that decision when this time shows up.
No.
So,
people want the best person.
Hold on.
I understand.
Right.
Listen, because there comes a component, right? There's a component that you're standing on,
right?
And you're giving the wrong weight to where you are, right? If you're saying that because you've done it on multiple different occasions, you're saying this Jewish pathologist is the leading pathologist. You can go get an Italian, you can get a Jewish, you can get a black, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not disagreeing that for appearances in court,
right,
presence matters. What I'm saying is, at the present moment, we have who we have. And until we can get something or somebody different, you know, we are where we are. And if you don't want to talk about it on the podcast anymore, that's your prerogative.
Well,
I'm simply saying that we are where we are.
If you don't go and address your past mistakes, you'll continue to make them in the future. So if you guys want to say, well, you know, this is where we at right now, so we're gonna do only thing we can do is worry about where we at right now. Well, then you'll be living day to day for the rest of your life. If you don't go back in that past and correct those mistakes,
either.
Hold on. If you don't go back and address the mistakes you made, because
you have to live day by day anyway. Nothing is promised. You have to live day by day, minute by minute, breath by breath.
Y'all can have the last word.
If I could just throw one thing in there, and Richard, I totally understand where like you and Jay Glass are coming from, and I get what everybody's saying, but we also have to remember where we're at in this moment in time. They're not cooperating. You know what I mean? Like they're lawyering up, they're shutting up, they're putting out false narratives. You know, they're doing this not because it was just a fun boating trip and we don't know what happened. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're all getting what they're doing. So the trick is catching them. What they need down there is a cop. They need one cop. A cop has a lot of authority. Hey, young man, what are you doing out past curfew? Give me your cell phone. That's evidence. Come get it. It's hard. Once you lose your property to the state, it's hard to get it back. We just need one cop. Crump is going to crump and do his thing. We need one we just need the literal physical evidence. You know what I'm saying? And if it's by hook or by crook, hey, if somebody with a ski mask comes on a Razor scooter and snatches his phone while he's texting his girlfriend, it is what it is. I'm sorry your phone got stolen by a random person, and then we cloned it and gave it back to you. Sorry.
Let me ask a quick question. Question on that. A quick question.
Yeah.
If this does not result in an arrest, because the grand jury, that's secret, you never find out about the information, and they say, well, there's not enough information to do an arrest for, I guess, a murder charge or a manslaughter. We don't even know.
Yeah.
Would you guys be upset if Ben Crump does a secret settlement for the family for $1 million and walked away? Would you be upset about that?
What are the alternatives?
Nope.
Yeah,
because there's no grand jury indictment, so They
What else
do
could
a
he do?
settlement. They do a secret settlement. Then
Who's
it
he
leaks
going
out.
to sue? Who's he going to sue
Then
civilly?
who's gonna give him $1 million?
Well, I mean, before we get
Who's he
there,
gonna sue civilly?
what other options would there be? Could he take it back to trial again?
No, so she submits the information secret to the grand
Yeah.
jury. That's secret, and with that
Yeah.
information, they said it's not information for a murder charge, first degree,
Right.
meditated, manslaughter. So nobody gets arrested, nothing happens. So then Ben Crump says, well, we're gonna sue civilly because she's already the executor of Nolan Xavier.
Well, I got
Wells'
that,
estate.
but like, what other options are available besides the one that you're presenting for Crump? If I'm
None.
Crump,
And
None.
who's being sued?
None. So he
Who are you
goes,
suing?
huh?
Who are you suing?
Well, I imagine he's going to sue Jackson County for wrongful death. That's what I imagine. I could be wrong, but he does okay.
well, to
So
answer
he
your
does-
question, if there are no other options, I wouldn't be mad at it. If there's nothing else he could do.
So if he could do a secret settlement for $1 million for the loss of Nolan Xavier Wells because no arrests were made, would y'all say, okay, Benjamin Crump, you have done your job, you'll get your cut, the family will get the remaining, I guess after taxes or before taxes, I'm not sure. Would y'all say, okay, that's a victory? $1 million versus no money at all. He had never gone.
I wouldn't say it's a victory. I'd say it's a
I would
settlement.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a victory.
Yeah,
Because-
it's a
because-
settlement. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
You
say
you
that.
settle
So
settling for
when
money
it-
instead of justice.
So instead of because what we're looking for here is like what they're saying is like the justice part of it is for the responsible parties to get their comeuppance. We can't even determine who that is because these people are playing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
They like ICE. They don't have to answer any. It seems like they don't have to answer any questions. How ICE is just going crazy,
Yeah.
and they're not.
Well, it's still
Yeah,
just
but-
a drowning. It's not a murder
for any-
investigation yet.
and
So-
but ICE
to
is
that I'm
also
gonna say, yeah.
but ICE is
Yeah, very good.
Yet.
Very good. Yeah.
but ICE is also
We're at
terrified.
episode 5.
But ICE is also terrified to
agree.
go a lot of
Five.
ICE is also terrified to go a lot of places.
So
Yeah.
okay,
What do you mean?
so I agree. All right, so I
They
agree
won't go
on this
everywhere.
episode. Listen to this. I agree on this episode.
I'm in Chicago.
I
They didn't
agree
go
on this.
anywhere.
But here's my thing. If you ask me my gut, what's my gut feeling tell me? Even on episode 5, nobody's getting arrested for anything. Okay?
Oh, period. Like
Nobody's
now, or-
getting arrested for anything because
For the
when you
rest
get
of the
information
series.
this is my gut on July 29, 2026. You're not arresting nobody for anything. The information that was submitted to the grand jury is kept in secret unless it gets leaked. And if it gets
Which
leaked,
it will.
Yeah, I was gonna say, somebody gonna leak it.
It's going to get leaked.
Richard,
Okay.
it's like I feel like, or it's everybody. I feel like this. Like, okay, so Richard thinks that nothing's really gonna happen. I believe that when all of this kind of like calms down a little bit more, and they can get together and their processes and everything in line and follow their scripts that they have to follow or all the rules and regulations, I believe somebody is going to crack.
Yeah.
Put them in the interrogation room one at a time.
And listen, they will be asleep and crack, or somebody's gonna, God forbid, but kill themselves or try to hurt themselves. Somebody is going to crack, and then the information is gonna come out. That's what I think. Deep down, that's what I think, and I'm waiting on that other shoe to fall. We have to just wait it out. That's why I was saying it just feels like everybody's kind of going in, and it's understood the spiral, because you can feel, we're human, so you feel certain things,
right?
and
But remember,
like any bank job, or anything that you have, everybody's not going to be on one accord. Somebody, because of the way that God made us with our human nature, out of all those people, several people know the truth, or their versions of it, and somebody is going to crack. I'm
I
waiting
hope
for it.
I hope two things, but I believe one. I hope it was an accident.
Okay.
I hope
Yeah.
there are arrests made, but I believe America is going to continue to show us who she is. And that belief, unfortunately, I'm in agreement with Richard right at this point. Like, I don't think anybody's they're going to do anything. they've never given us any real reason to continue to be like, hey, we're watching what y'all are doing. We know y'all covering this up, and they're gonna be like, no, you're not. No, you ain't watching nothing. The president just made
real quick question. Real quick question. If we think back to OJ, did it happen fast enough for the public?
Of course not.
That trial was
Wait.
How long was that?
How long was the trial?
The longest trial.
Not the trial.
History. I think it was the longest trial in U.S. history.
That's him getting arrested. I'm not talking about the trial.
Right.
Getting arrested.
Right.
Did that happen fast enough for the public?
No.
It depends on who you were in the public.
Well, that's true. That's true too.
No,
that's true.
it didn't.
No, you're right. Has Weinstein gone to trial yet?
Yeah.
No.
So
he's
that
in
took a
jail.
while though.
No, he's in jail going to trials.
So exactly, and there was no grand jury. Wasn't no grand jury charge yet either. So they arrested him without the grand jury. So what gets me motivated is the DA tried to act like we as black people, in my personal opinion, we as black people, we don't have a bit of sense. She said, once we get all the information together, we're just going to take it to the grand jury. But the way that Benjamin Crump related to us in that press conference, like once they get all the information together, it's going to go to the grand jury and arrests are going to be made. But that's not how that works, because an arrest could have been made, arrest could have been made prior to the grand jury getting the information and giving a grand jury indictment for an arrest. That's the first thing. Second thing, everything is so secretive. So you mean to tell me when you get these 12 out of 15 or 20 some jurors to say we have enough evidence for premeditated murder, which we don't even see, murder, we don't even see that, manslaughter, that's what I'm thinking, maybe. But we're saying accidental drowning because Deuce keeps saying, what's the charge? And Lynn keeps saying accidental drowning. So when all that information is given to the grand,
that's where they are. No, that's where they are
right now.
That's where they are publicly. But I guarantee you, they are far ahead of this behind the scenes.
They gotta shut up. Yeah.
Because if you want justice, you got to get all your I's dotted and your T's crossed.
Were there any minors?
If this was just in Mississippi, it'd be one thing. But now this is
the court of public opinion
nationwide.
Right.
Were there any minors there?
Yep.
So now the whole nation,
the
whole nation is looking at Mississippi.
I don't know.
Huh?
So everybody was allegedly under 21. Allegedly, everybody was under 21.
Minors
allegedly on the boat.
But was there anybody?
Was under 21.
But was But I wonder if anybody was under 18, because that also changes everything. Because if there was one person on any of those boats that was under, that means we're not getting none of this.
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
Because if there was one person that was 17 and a half, we're not getting any of this information, and we're going to have to wait until after the trial.
Why?
We're not going to know.
Tried by adults, unless they're being tried as adults.
Yeah.
One quick question.
Otherwise,
they're going to
that's
a great point. If somebody's 17,
but look, in Mississippi, you can do that.
Yeah, hell yeah, you can do that. And if they find cause, then they will try you as an adult.
Right.
So my question is, all right. So here's my question to the panel about that $1 million settlement, secret settlement that leaked out. Because when information leaks out, you don't know how much is true and how much is not true. But here's my thing: you think that if they take charges to the grand jury, that there's 12 jurors out of whoever they select, 12. Because you need the minimum of 12 to say, yes, you have enough information for this particular charge for an indictment to go arrest 1 or 2 or 3 people. Y'all really believe that 12 people are going to say, do the indictment?
I mean, they can still be tried without the indictment or without being arrested. They could just show up to court, because at this point, there hasn't been any evidence to show that that boy did X to Nolan at this time, and then these guys help cover it up, right? So they can't grab them because they're all lying, which is why I said initially, stop asking them fucking questions. Get their phone. Get their data. Find out what actually happened. But because like you were saying, that fucking judge,
at this point, you need
part of the fucking collusion.
You need a warrant for their phone.
Thank you for saying. I've been trying to figure out the word that I was missing. Yes.
Right. Or
that's why.
or somebody in a shiesty just pushes you over and takes your cell phone and then drops it off back at your house in an hour.
Well, that's why I keep asking, what is the case now? A drowning, there's no standing to get a warrant to get a phone because they're not investigating it as malicious activity.
Sure. Yeah, and I don't disagree. And I was ruminating on the word that hasn't been brought up that I was trying to figure out. Warrants. Why haven't
you couldn't
we
take a warrant, but you just use ruminating?
Just put them in the corner.
I don't even understand. Warrants here. This joker goes so fast and pick a more difficult word.
The splendiferousness of the word I was trying to remember was expanded by the Deuteronomy.
I don't make fun of how people talk or how they pronounce words. But my gut is telling me there will be, even if there are arrests made, and I'm willing to bet anybody right now $10. That's all I can muster is $10. That there will be no arrest. And even and look, I'll bet $100 that even if you make the arrest, there won't be no conviction. I can guarantee you that. Not in that Jackson County.
I only have $4.
Yeah, I put $100 on that. There will be no conviction. But
listen,
this settlement for Nolan Xavier Wells' life.
I got some muffins. I'll bet you some muffins.
I can't cook. So, you don't want the muffins I cook.
Stephanie, don't eat the muffins. Stephanie, I repeat, do not eat Richard's muffins.
You don't want to eat nothing Richard cooks.
There's
a reason why he's single. There's a reason. Look, there's a logical reason why I'm single. There's a logical reason. Ain't about feelings. This is logical.
I know this is off topic. I know this is off topic, but I want to do a little pressure relief thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I started watching Kitchen Nightmares because I like that Gordon Ramsay yells at people for having a nasty kitchen because that shit pisses me off. And you should clean your kitchen. And if you have a clean kitchen, you have clean food, and clean food tastes better. Watching that show, and then I found out that
you're not sick.
Right. and I don't have cyclospora, and I'm spraying the walls in the bathroom. But Gordon has a bunch of here's how I do pork chops. Here's how I do steaks. Richard, pick one thing this year, and I'm telling you, brother, his instructions are so good. My pork
they
chops,
are
excellent.
They are.
I can sear a steak. I can sear chicken. I can fry. I can bake. Listen, me and YouTube. I got fancy
cutting boards.
Gordon his salmon.
He's calm by himself. I learned how to do the salmon from Gordon too, but he was alone and he was quiet because otherwise I'd have to shank him.
Yeah, it was like in a house or something.
It's obvious you don't see this Costco ingrained in my forehead. It's obvious you don't see that engraving, that Costco engraving in my forehead. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong.
Yo, I had to ban Costco around
with him too. I can ban.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't go to Costco no more. I injured myself. And I had to return some diapers that they ordered for us that were the wrong size. It was the same size, and we needed to upsize because the baby got bigger. Mm-hmm. Will you believe they treated me like I was Jim Bob the sewer rat who was trying to just hustle everybody? I'm like, bro, my leg is messed up. You can't have nobody bring me the diaper. You want me to go to the corner, the opposite corner of the store to get the diaper? My knee is met. Say less.
Man, I love
Costco. Give me all y'all names. No, I'm walking.
Listen,
give me all your names.
Hold on. This is why I was so hot about the Dr. Michael Biden. You remember that OJ situation? We didn't know who Johnny Cochran was, but he put together a dream team. Whether OJ was guilty or not, he put together a dream team.
Kim Kardashian daddy.
Okay, but remember, it was this pathologist that came in there.
Rob Shapiro put together the dream team.
Great point. Rob Shapiro, under the approval of OJ.
Rob Shapiro put together the team.
Right. But remember, if it wasn't for that pathologist to come in there and throw haymakers along with Barry Scheck, and that pathologist was Dr. Michael Baden, and he caught holy hell. In fact, he caught so much hell. The only other case where he probably caught more hell for defending OJ over the mysterious murder of Nicole and Ron Goldman was when he did the autopsy for the brother of Jeffrey Epstein. And that's why I got so hot. So it's not about me trying to degrade Dr. Roger Mitchell, but in a situation like this, when you're going up against the state of Mississippi and their corruption and their racism historically from the beginning of time in this country, you better get Dr. Baden. Hell, you may need to get Roger Mitchell and Dr. Baden and Colin Kaepernick. If you didn't know any better,
didn't they get his phone?
Whose?
Nolan.
Right, but Christine, when she got the phone back from Tashima Hands,
okay, come on.
Remember when he did that press conference, he says, we got some investigators and we're gonna investigate that phone. And Benjamin Trump, you did not investigate that phone, but then you guys said he can't investigate the phone because it can be considered tampering. So then I came back and said, do you believe that his team and the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, that they can work together to pull that information out and be honest about it? I don't trust it. And that's why I get so hot about that phone, because Trump's team could have turned their back on that phone and somebody could have showed up and downloaded that phone, and that would have been that. And they would have had plausible deniability if they would have chose to go that route.
Hey, sometimes I'm not careful all the time. Accidents happen. I didn't know that we accidentally got a copy of everybody's phone. Oops.
Now, I just want to say that we're not advocating to do any illegal activity when it comes to any court processes or proceedings.
We always say we're law-abiding citizens. We serve the country. Of course, we're law-abiding citizens, and we take accountability. We take accountability for our actions. All we asked was,
what are y'all talking about?
Yeah, dropped
out. What are y'all?
What happened?
We talking about when Christine got the phone
trying to take the high road again.
Hands, why didn't they try to look? Because look, Christine Wansley has already said that she thought there were things deleted off the phone, so she's already done some type of superficial investigation. My thing is, if you come back and tell me, if you come back and say, well, Richard, you know that there's a possibility that her and Ben and those investigators have already investigated the phone, but you're just not telling you, but then I'll fall back.
Dang,
notice the name change? I thought that was my phone. I plugged it into my computer to charge it and to get my Backstreet Boys onto my iTunes. Was that your phone? Oh my God.
Not Backstreet Boys.
I listen to Millennium every week. It's the one that came out in the 2000s.
But y'all got people taking notes on how to do things illegally.
Listen to this. As young as Mikey is, there's some young people around Christine and Elmore who love Nolan, who truly love Nolan, and they're saying what Mikey's saying, download the damn phone. They're saying that to the family.
Hold on, Rich. I got the baby face over here. You still saying Mikey younger than me?
You gotta get a warrant, and you gotta have probable cause for a warrant.
Mikey got the scrub right there. Hold on, Rich. I'm a little.
You trying to make you 12?
Yeah, hold on, man. Let me tighten up my.
Mikey, a grown ass man.
You're asking me to trust the Jackson County Sheriff's Department to investigate that phone alongside.
Don't nobody trust Jackson County Sheriff's Department.
No,
man.
But he said this. But he said this in the press conference. He said we're going to go through the phone together jointly.
Yeah.
When
he has to say that publicly.
That's just Nolan's phone.
Right.
They want everybody's phone.
Yeah.
That's true too. But he didn't say that.
To get everybody's phone, you need probable cause, which you don't have yet. You're close, but you don't have it. Then once you have probable cause, you can get a warrant.
Right.
And once you have a warrant, you can go through the phone.
Right.
See, I think they might. I think
that. Want to show his card before he plays it either.
I think that call.
Yeah, they try. See that what they're trying to do is to be very careful so that when they finally get a case, that the evidence that they do have is not considered tampered, and then it won't be inadmissible, because you already know, and just from all the court cases that you've seen across the news, or even in some movies, assimilate, what is it?
My Cousin Vinny.
No,
I was gonna say reasonable doubt. I was gonna say reasonable doubt.
When you watch, like, you see that they have this information, especially in rape cases and all this kind of stuff. But then it becomes inadmissible. Murder cases, you know, they killed that person. These
Bill
people have
Bill
seen
Cosby.
it, and it will be inadmissible. So you have to be so very careful and let the public go crazy, like we're doing. But you have to watch it. Like Lynn said, dot your I's and cross your T's, not cross your I's and dot your T's, because then you won't have a case. You won't have a good case.
And you have a judge saying the phones are out.
Get out of here. Yep.
Because the gun is out.
You got it out. Because you got it the wrong way. You got it the wrong way. So that's why they're letting everybody run on the rampage, because they have special rules that they have to follow. They know how. Sometimes, they know how to get around them. That's the whole study of law. That's the whole study of law. They know how to get around them and make exceptions and stuff. But if you do something to screw it up, then damn.
Hey,
then
I was on cross guard.
Would have shut up.
I was on cross guard patrol, and I just happened to see the teenagers drive past, and I noticed he had the air freshener up in the window. Now everybody knows that the driver's windscreen.
That's a pullover right there.
That must be unobstructed, sir. That's dangerous. And actually, you're giving me attitude now. You're giving me attitude. Give me your phone. You're arrested.
Hey, you know
Give me
what?
all this.
Wait.
I need all
They
this.
do less than that, Mikey. So if you ice,
That's
you
what I'm
just
saying.
walking up and shooting people. So what?
But you know what's funny about this?
I'm just saying, be
you know what's so
heavy-handed.
funny? You know what's so funny about this? Everything that Stephanie said and Lynn said about going by the proper procedure is absolutely legally correct. It is.
However,
but
you're not wrong.
However, comma.
That's what we were waiting for. That's what we were waiting for.
The roller coaster is going to go over the hill. Everybody, put your hands up.
Control bold, control italic, underline.
So what I'm trying to say, when the DA presents this secret information, at least when the DA submits the secret information, to the secret grand jury, and you'll never know the 15 to 20 to 25 jurors.
You shouldn't, because people are shoot your ass.
Okay, that's a great point. Okay, so then they say we don't see enough evidence to make an arrest on any type of charge. It was just I don't know
an indictment. Indictment.
Who?
No, they rule on indictments.
Indictment. So she's submitting secret information. Will she even tell us we have submitted the secret evidence for an indictment on this charge that Deuce keeps asking, what's the damn charge? I'm not even sure she's even going to tell us what the indictment is, but maybe I'm wrong on that particular part.
I don't think you are. I don't think you are.
Once again, you're not there yet.
Yeah, you're not there.
You're not there yet.
Listen, like Lynn said, at this point, not that we should be jovial, but just think, it's taking them that long because, Rich, they're looking for it. They're trying to make it stick with whatever they have. They are working hard trying to find something that will stick. That's what I think. And the longer you take, that means the hard, you're trying to get over all of this black tape and all the bullshit that can come from dealing with law. Because it's like, a sword fight. And it's touche, because you have all of these different cases and instances that you have to go through and dispel and move forward. You have to make something stick in order to have that. So that, in my opinion, because you're dealing with minors, right?
Maybe.
And all this information that's out there, you're trying to figure out how you can access the phones. They have so much stuff that we cannot see. Like right now, I feel like we're kids and our parents are paying the bills. We just know what we know, what we want. But they see the bills and they see, how much money they have. They have to work it out and figure it out. It's behind the scenes. Or even like with God, we always trying to figure out stuff and move forward. He knows everything that's going on and we don't. Our information is so limited. and they have, again, a process and a procedure on both sides, because they got to try to figure out what the case is going to be. Then they have to strategize to try to win it. But meanwhile, it's just back and forth with the attorneys. They're trying to figure it out.
And one thing I want to say, just one key point here. This is very important. I watched the Odyssey, and there were sword fights, and no one said touche, touche.
That's fencing.
No, that's because you gotta watch Mighty Mouse and with the little mouse. Touche. Okay, but that wasn't even Mighty Mouse. Whoever that was.
But wait, but
hold on. Right now, was the Odyssey good? Because we want
to listen.
That was before those movies.
If it wasn't for the social, if it wasn't for the social media influencers, black and white, and anybody else, maybe Hispanic or Asian, I think I have seen some Asians talking about this. If it wasn't for the social media influencers on Facebook and Instagram and Nancy Grace going in, and they going in. And if you think I'm a little foolish, now there's a sister on Facebook. Oh gosh, pretty little gal, little sister, bald head like me, teeth out the Guinness book.
Rich shopping.
And she cooks.
And she cooks.
What's
teeth
her
out
name?
the Guinness book. Man, little pretty gal. She be cussing. She be going off.
What's her name?
I can't remember this girl's name, but she has a little. She brown skin. No, she ain't dark as me, but she brown skin, short hair, teeth chiseled. Like anyway.
Yo, tight.
Starts with the teeth.
I'm asking him about it so he can say what he got to say. He about to pull a picture up.
So all these people are they're coming in. They're just going off. You have the white guy, Secret Service.
Yeah, that guy.
Agent.
Secret Service Sam or something like that.
Secret Service Sam. But look, if they weren't acting up and doing investigating and trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, we wouldn't have the information we do have now. So at some point, you said we have to go by the rules and the procedures so we don't violate the case. But like Deuce keeps saying, we don't even know what the case is. So how can you be violating when you don't even know what
it's a drowning right now? That's the case.
Yeah,
because that's why
we have to wait. We're not professionals.
That's what I'm
think. All this public attention is making Mississippi want to clam up more.
You need probable cause.
You think all this national attention is making Mississippi want to hold tighter to the information?
Yeah.
So people don't shotgun it?
That's what Tristan said, or whatever his name is.
Look.
Ocean
I just
have Ocean Springs back.
Y'all know who I want to see. I want to see on the stand the boy that made the phone call. His little
drunk ass.
I want to see him on the stand. Okay. That boy was drunk, high, and everything. That boy said, asking that lady, "What?"
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I need to see him. He probably gonna get a lot. If he don't get arrested and jailed, he gonna have a lot of Facebook.
Somebody
real quick. Can I jump in real quick?
That's kind of stupid.
So I know it sounds weird, but I like that the idiot child is going on to Officer Massa, like Officer Sharecrop.
Officer Ruckus.
Get the whole crew on the show. Keep running your mouth.
Then you have all the names, Richard.
Keep talking so that we can get something, so we can get these hooks in y'all. Keep talking.
Probable cause.
Give me your phone or run your mouth. Either way,
he even teamed up with Stephen A.
I'm telling you, somebody is going to say something. I don't bet, but I can bet you some cookies. But that's it. Somebody gonna say something. It's gonna be like your name. Oops. Or else it's gonna be like, oh my God, she killed herself. He killed himself.
Steph, this is the hit right here. Hey, Steph, I'm glad you came in and sat with us. Look, we already talked to Lynn.
Yep.
So before I'm gonna read you this paper I got right here. I already talked to Lynn. Now, okay, so don't try no funny.
Next door making a deal.
He's literally he's in the other room talking to my partner, and she's really hot, and he's just been running his mouth.
Wait.
Do you want to give me your story? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Like, do you want to get your side on the record, or do you want me to go with what Lynn said? Cops are allowed to lie and to coerce people through tricks of
entrapment.
No, that's not entrapment.
That's
because
not
because as long as I read you Miranda and you agree to talk to me, and I ask you
So,
what color the sky is, what color the ground is, what were you doing last week, and you answer that third one, that's not on me. I warned you. Get them little dumbass. Get them some beers.
You know what, Mikey?
This is an interrogation.
Get them some lines. Get them some coke.
Hey, you want some black girls in here? You want to look at some big old booties? Like, what do you want?
Wait a minute.
Like,
this is the underlying theme of the judicial system in America that was created when we were slaves. See, so this is why the Native Americans said we don't trust the white man's judicial system because he speaks with a forked tongue. So the judicial system was created, huh? So the judicial system was created. Yeah, right. So the judicial system was created for him, but not for us. And that's why a certain percentage of Black America is on pins and needles because they don't think justice will be delivered. And then when just Ashley Cole said, we're not going to be talking and doing Facebook stuff, but then you allow your stepson to do this interview, you are directly lying. And just like you said, he wasn't on the boat with you, and then the audio comes out, he is on the boat.
Nolan.
So,
no, that was Dolan. Dolan.
Oh, right.
Dolan.
Roland.
The dog.
So again, if we're on part five of this Netflix 10-part special that's going to be so dramatic, which he's probably right. They'll do a Netflix special one. They probably already have the rights to it. And Lynn's probably already writing the insurance.
Since you said that, for sure. Since you said that, remember the Avery case up in Wisconsin when the white guy and his nephew, and he ran a junkyard or whatever like that, and then the lady from Auto Trader came out to take pictures, and then she ended up dead.
No.
And it was called like saving or proving Avery Bradley or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It
was Making of a Murder?
Making of a Murderer. That's what it was called.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I just watched the verse.
And that's white dudes in just north of the Chicago border in Kenosha. That's 20 miles over the border. But it's them's was some whites. Them's is the Nordic whites. Them is whitey white. And they ran all this distraction and subterfuge, and they had to get criminal justice lawyers in there to get them out because they didn't actually have any evidence. But because the guy was, ran a junkyard, he's kind of like a unsavory character, and nobody really, kind of trashy and shit like that. So they just thought the worst about him and did all this shit. He out. His nephew is still in there, but he got out because there was no case. People will talk themselves into jail and out of jail.
I'm telling you, somebody's gonna say something.
I won't dispute. One thing I'm saying is when you tell me that this grand jury is gonna be kept secret, the information you present is secret, and we don't even know. I don't know if this DA is going to tell the public we have submitted this secret evidence to the secret grand jury because we're seeking an indictment for murder, premeditated murder, first degree, second degree, manslaughter, or what else do you have? Because I don't think you can submit an indictment for an accidental drowning. See, this is what Deuce was saying. What is going to be the charge?
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
You got to get the evidence, so we got to get them to talk.
Yeah, and I don't think the DA would say it. I think Benjamin Trump would come out and say it before anybody else would say it. I don't think the DA has the credit at this point to say it, and she doesn't want to say it. So I'm also thinking about what the parents behind these kids are doing and why, in their white Christian nationalist mind, they are not thinking about why they're not able to do the right thing in this situation. I know why.
Why didn't that DA?
It's coming.
If Ben Crump, when he came out there from having that meeting with the DA, if she really wanted to show that we are serious about this investigation and we're not going to let racism or money or fame or favoritism affect this case, she would have came out with him and they would have did a joint press conference, and you would have been able to read her body language. Yeah, because he had the meeting with the DA, then he came out with holding hands with Christine and Elmore. She did not. The DA McGrath, she did not come out and do a joint press conference saying, yes, we are going to get to the bottom of this. because if she had all the body language interpreters would have read her body language to see if she's truly being sincere. So
I listened to a former. I don't know if he was a former. Well, he had to have been because he was talking about it. And I sent y'all the clip. The brother that was a Mississippi judge that said he had a running in with her when he was a lawyer.
Carlos
yeah,
Moore.
and so there's nothing that she can do for me at this point.
So many moving parts.
That will show me she's on the up and up. Unfortunately,
McGrath, the DA of Jackson County, the district attorney.
Yeah, there's nothing that she can do to show me that she's on the up and up.
You can't even trust Judge Ashley Cole.
Well, it's virtually by position because it's more of a promotion for her than
hold on. I feel like that black girl on Facebook. Hold on. Do you remember the one black man on Facebook, the influencer? He was calling the tip line. So like Stephanie was saying, I got something to tell about this story. So he was calling the tip line, and the tip line was going to Judge Ashley Cole's number. Now, and he called live on Facebook to show that the tip line on the Nolan Wells was going to her hotline.
Crazy.
What kind of nonsense is this?
The judge or the prosecutor?
Yeah, and I can't talk about the call I had from the anonymous person from down there because I want to. Oh boy, you just don't know. But I swore up and down I wouldn't.
Yeah.
What in the Brett Favre welfare fiasco?
Oh, leave Brett Favre out of
Mississippi up at 2 now.
Not only did he torture my Chicago Bears for the better part of a decade, but then he went down to Mississippi and stole all the the COVID money.
So tell you something, Deuce. Yeah. If you diss Brett Favre, I do believe they would round up some people and come for you.
They love some Brett Favre.
Brett Favre better be lucky I keep paying my taxes, so him and his little busted little daughter wouldn't have nowhere to play volleyball. How about that?
We ain't blaming Brett Favre on this. Not on this one.
They're gonna be playing on the grass.
I gotta get ready to hop off. I gotta get ready to hop
2 hours and 26 minutes, man, because Glass keep talking.
Yeah.
That's mostly. I've been blaming him for most things in my life.
I know, right? You should do that, especially when I'm not available to.
That's the best time to do it.
Exactly.
I'm out trying to think about roommates.
Every time I mess up something at work, they say, "Who messed this up?" Outside Glass.
This is part 5. I'm not going to forget tonight. This is part 5 of the 10 part episode. This is part 5.
And I hope.
Mark my words. Somebody's gonna say something. Somebody's either gonna lose it. Yep. Because it's human nature.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying.
Once it gets close to changing from drowning, and I think it's close, drowning to something else, pressure builds up, and I think what Steph's saying is going to happen. Right now, they do it because they messed up.
It was Johnny.
They cooking. That's what they doing, and that's what you want your good attorney to do. Whatever side you're on, because they got to kind of talk to each other so that they can prosecute or defense whatever. So it's like, okay, if you do that, then I'm gonna do this. So they kind of playing chess or tennis or somebody.
But the smear campaign is on now. Nolan, he was drunk. He's gonna be a crackhead next week. Tell what they're gonna say next.
Domestic terrorist.
I'm glad
if I were an attorney, I'd be like, all them kids do tox reports on all of them.
Too late.
But I'm just saying, like in that environment, it's not just
yet, Lynn.
Doing that. You know what I'm saying? The environment, and especially if your parents, if you have their permission to do light, whatever, you ain't doing light. Your parents aren't even there.
Allegedly, cocaine and crystal meth or whatever. So I believe, because I'm clean.
They're doing real drugs out there.
Allegedly,
that sounds like damn.
There's a drug dealer.
Allegedly, when you do drugs, I think marijuana can go out of your system in 90 days, but the other drugs can stay in your system for up to 6 months. Allegedly, if I'm correct. No, that's not true.
As a drug user,
going to a class that tests for drugs. They say cocaine get out your system in if you use it a lot, it's
3 days.
Right? 3 days. That's why I don't understand how people get caught for cocaine from
No,
maybe in the bathroom right beforehand.
y'all don't know how to find a drug. See, as a drug user, I know the ways that they will get. Because I see my brother. What's that on top of your head right there? Oh, that would be hair. Give me that, big boy. Your dead skin is what your is inside of the keratin that's inside of your hair.
Always talking about cocaine. Cocaine is a hell of a drug, right? But according to Ricky Bell from New Edition, he was saying when he was on that stuff, you had to take it almost every 15 minutes because your high would go down. So that's what kept you tripping. He had
the Costco version of cocaine.
Yeah, he ain't had that blue magic.
He ain't had that blue magic. He had that Costco cocaine.
But it's inside of you. Just like when you smell cigarettes and liquor on people,
right?
You know, it becomes a part of you.
He needed that Nordstrom's cocaine, Steph. He had that Costco cocaine. That was a problem.
I'm just saying, the most of us are not going to be able to like afford Bell Biv DeVoe levels of coke. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, I don't have funding to be doing that kind of drug.
Oh my goodness.
I'm good with a Mountain Dew and listen, I gotta stay away from caffeinated coffee. I just get accused.
But can we agree? Can we at least agree on this, regardless of the manner or cause of death? Can we agree he was not left on that island? He left on that boat. Can we agree on that?
I can't yet.
That's still debatable. I
think it's debatable.
Okay.
I think he was on the damn boat.
Because
the boat didn't leave the island.
Unless the dog named Nolan. Nolan, is he dead? Oh my God, that's so sad. All of that. Unless he's like passed out on the boat.
Go ahead, Glass.
The boat didn't leave the island. He might have been on the boat, but it didn't leave the island with him alive.
When I say he's on the boat,
that's specific. I was about to say that. I would say that specifically, Rich. So your point, you said, say your statement again, Rich.
I said, can we agree that Nolan was on that boat? They did not leave him on that island with Katie. He left on the boat with them to go back to wherever they were going, back to the mainland. Can we agree on that?
I would say specifically, Nolan's probably last breaths might have been on that boat, but his body was left on the island. You see what I'm getting at?
Take him back to the island, because I think that if he were on that boat, he was dead, and that's why they were saying what they were saying.
That could be it too. Yeah.
So when Lynn says this is part 5, is part 6 going to come out that the GPS coordinates?
You never know. You never know. Sometimes in Netflix, they save everything for episode 10.
They do. They'll lead you down this path.
Always remember, art imitates life. But if you want to catch up, watch Columbo. You know what I'm gonna do? One more thing. No.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to take those coordinates and I'm going to put them in the GPS to see where it takes me.
Damn, I should meant to write them down.
Take you to the Price is Right, because that's where they got that damn little boat from.
Right.
Remember we first talked about this 2 weeks ago, and I was going off about this because I'm watching every influencer that comes on my Facebook algorithm. Because you guys are probably getting a different Facebook algorithm than me, and that's fine. Sometimes someone's telling a portion of the truth. And so you're trying to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. I'm still shocked that they released that audio of that CETO call, because they should have never released that.
Who released it though?
Well, I think the Department of Marine Resources, right? They should have never released that, because to me, by releasing that, you're just causing more commotion. If anything, why didn't the Jackson County, if they were doing a thorough investigation, they should have called the Marine Resources and say, give us that call and don't you release it to the public. If they try to get you to release it to the Public Freedom of Information Act, have them contact us and we'll say it's under grand jury evidence gathering. You're not getting it. That's what
you think maybe Crump has something to do with that release?
No. Well, hold on. Wait a minute.
Who does it help?
We can't keep going. I gotta go. We gotta go around the horn.
I take that back, because I don't know if everybody on this team and the lawyers he's working with, they could be doing a smooth hustle. He could be a Johnny Cochran, not speaking wise, but as far as his lawyer technique, Speaking wise,
all I can ask is what side does it help, and then I'm like, yeah.
All right, round the horn. Boom.
All right, so
on you.
Okay, so I've been doing a lot of talking tonight, so I'm gonna let Stephanie and Lynn take my time. Thank you.
Just FYI, FYS. Jesus jumped up. My bad. For your information and for your situational awareness, you all had a bit of a delay throughout the podcast. That's why it would seem like he was talking over you, but he would stop, and then he'd start talking, and your audio would kick back in all of a sudden. Then he'd stop again, and then that's why it was a delay. That's why I said that audio is killing us.
Well, I mean, Houston had the slow hip hop music movement, and now they got slow internet. So
Ooh.
Steph and Lynn sitting on top of screws.
My apologies. If you felt that I was like trying to rip your throat out, I wasn't. I was just trying to, like Auntie Maxine, reclaim my time and make a point. But yeah, I thought you, because sometimes we do talk over each other. Yeah, it's no ill will at all. I'm always trying to get you to talk and smile because I'm concerned. We're gonna have to. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I believe that someone is going to say something, and we just have to wait it out. And I'm gonna be like, what's his name? I don't even know his name. The Jewish guy off of Coming to America. Aha! You know, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for all of it to come together.
That might have been his character's name.
And that's like my intuition, my shanana, whatever you want to call it, because we're human and human nature and the emotion with all of this, everybody cannot hold this stuff. Or else if they do, you're going to find out some of them dropped off like flies or something. I'm just saying, somebody's going to say something. That's what I have to say. And look, God bless the parents and everybody else, you know, who's going through all of this. And even for the kids that are involved, that are being told not to say anything, and the parents and whoever is, you know, holding all of this black cloud, trying to keep this down. This is not something you can bury. And it will come out. It will come to light.
I feel like we didn't talk about getting people to vote.
I know. And
in order for people to vote, just like this case, you got to register to vote.
Well, how does
and then you got to get informed about your candidates.
Yeah.
And then you got to go vote. And if early voting is available where you are, vote early. Then all this nonsense about mail-in ballots and all this other stuff. And also, if you are currently registered, no matter what they do with the Save America Act, you're good to vote in the midterms. So don't let that dissuade you. So register to vote, get educated about your candidates, and then exercise the right that our ancestors paid the ultimate price for. They died.
Got murdered.
So we could have the right to vote. So we can't let them down.
And your vote does matter.
That's my time.
Yeah. And thank you, Rich.
I dig it.
I agree.
All right, Deuce.
I kind of like what Lynn said there, because we know Orange Mussolini went back to the Supreme Court and asked them to ban the wickedness of mail-in voting, because we know the devil is in those envelopes. Unless it says Republican, then of course it's Christ, right? We know Democrat means devil in that. Also, I want to say to the people out there, I've seen a lot of discourse about Nolan and who he chose to hang out with, the fact that he chose to hang out with one group of people opposed to another group of people. And some folks out there saying that's what he gets.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't think anyone should deserve to die because of the people to hang out with. So I do hope that the facts come out A piece of me wants to say I wish more evidence would drop out like this, but then, you know, Lynn and Steph brought up some good points that could hurt the case in the long term. So I'm torn because I want to know, but I also want justice to be served. And I think America really needs justice to be served. The family needs it. Other cases that the justice system has lost needs it. Needs some type of credibility. So I'm just rooting for the truth to come out and vote. Early voting, yeah. Let's get it.
And it's New Delhi.
New Delhi.
That was the pre-call.
I know, but I'm just get ready. We can't have them out there. Just think about lunch meat.
I just tell them I'm from Alabama.
I know.
They ain't gonna know what that is.
They won't.
Yeah. You good? I wasn't saying that to make fun of you, but like for real, it's deli, like deli meat.
Yeah.
I remember that part.
Good. Okay. Will Smith.
Mike, you are up. Oh, you on mute. There you are.
There we go. This little girl keep hollering and singing, and she don't know how to be quiet.
Don't hurt Beyonce.
Grover is not Beyonce, okay? She sound like Grover, not like the sister, the Trinity.
She's so hateful.
Because she's mean to me, okay? Steph, she's mean to me when you're not around, and you always take her side. And honestly, I'm sick of it. All right, you need to stand up for me. I'm the victim.
Cold blooded right there, Mikey. Just in case y'all wondering.
I don't root for no scrubs. What you talking about? I don't root for no scrubs. I'm from St. Louis. You see my
you're right.
This from right next to damn.
Yeah, hey, right off of what we call Highway 40, 64. Yeah, I'm with you.
The best. Do they still have the dinosaur?
Yes, Forest Park driveway, and what's the other part? What's across the street? Hampton, 40 and Hampton. Yeah, that's the best, and the best emos is right there. But
I was gonna say that, but I didn't know if it was still there.
It's still there with the Pac-Man machine and the Galaga machine from back in the day. It's still in there with the red cups and everything. It still smelled the exact same in there. I love that place. Anyway.
True story.
In true and trying times like these, I remember when because I was still living in St. Louis when Michael Brown got shot. And I found out about Mike Brown on the bus ride home from work, on that hour and a half home from work, before I got to the news or anything like that. And it only took a week. And all my friends from Chicago, because I graduated from high school up here, so all my friends was like, yo, are you good? Yo, are you good? I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, the city's on fire. I'm like, nah, it's not on fire though. But the uproar and the hoopla and the chaos got so crazy. And then it comes to find out Eric Holder does his DOJ investigation. Yeah, the Ferguson cops were crooked as shit. Who'd thunk? And that they were taking, and that the town of Florissant was, or West Florissant was pulling in, what was it? Over 60% of the city's revenue was tickets.
Ferguson. 60%. Is that Ferguson?
Yeah, in Ferguson.
Yeah. Because I've been pulled over and I've gotten a ticket in Ferguson.
Oh yeah, they will pull you for literally anything. but while all that was going on and everybody was hitting me with all this information, all this stuff, there was one creator, black lady. Go ahead, Black Queens. Who I reached out to her. I actually had her on the Ben Podcast Network. You guys should check it out. And the thing that made me reach out to her for the interview was she does this course. It's called like the 5 R's for like black men and stuff. She's a lawyer. She teaches law. She's Aikisha Shabazz Whitaker. And I will never forget it because she ends all of her videos with, I love you. I really do. And it was scary to be in the city because everybody was hunting us. But when it came for the justice side of it, once the fear had subsided and everything subsided, you know what? The one thing she told me, and I will never forget this shit forever, manage your expectations. If you are constantly disappointed in what happens outside of your bubble of influence, that is a you problem. You need to know going in that these people ain't shit. They ain't gonna do shit. They ain't gonna never be shit. That's why they down there doing dirty shit in the first place. Because they ain't shit. So it is important for all of us to remember to manage your expectations. We can only accomplish what we can accomplish. We can only fulfill what is obligated. We can't I would have just grabbed all their little phones right there on the beach, right there at the little boat slip. I was like, oh,
in the bag.
Oh, were you on the boat too? Okay, here you go. Fill it up, y'all. Fill me up. I'll bring him right back. But y'all ain't going nowhere until I get all of the evidence off of this boat. It didn't happen. So we have to manage our expectations, move forward. You say entrapment. There is nothing wrong with tricking people into confessing to crimes.
It happens all the time.
You're supposed to shut your fucking mouth. And if you forget to do that sometimes, well, hey, I'm sorry if we prosecute you for it.
Yeah,
but with the grand jury, you might actually get an indictment because it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. If they can find anything in any of this footage that links any kind of badness, the grand jury's in there like swimwear. It's easy. It's easy peasy. But they just gotta find something to. So even if it's a boating crime, which is why I was trying to look through the stuff, but they did have life jackets. I don't know if you're supposed to have them on or if they just have to be available. They weren't actually mandated. That's why I was looking to see if they were supposed to have a radio or something like that, because that's a crime, right? Like if my teenagers are in the car with your teenager and your teenager is speeding and driving reckless and my kid gets hurt, you're paying that bill because your kid was responsible. What was going on the boat? How were they driving? Why are you filled with water? Were you showboating, literally? Were you trying to do too much? Did you get sucked into? Did another boat go past you and their wake filled you up? Okay, were you drunk? How much did you drink? These are all things that they will have to answer. Whether or not we get the answer right away is probably not going to happen, but it will come out eventually. It took almost, I think when I looked it up, the OJ trial was 8 months. And it probably took 6 months to even get to trial.
Yeah.
So I know it's been 2 months or a month or now. We're mad. That's the point. And especially with Trump and the rest of these Nazi goose steppers, they want black people to react. They want to piss us off. So
distraction.
So even as this is happening, in my mind, I still know that the powers that be, what they have been begging and pleading for black people to come out here and protest.
Mm-hmm.
They keep trying to get us into one spot so they can box us up and put us in these goddamn distribution centers that they're buying all over the country. This is a trap.
Outside.
So do not spring the trap. Because they're trying to make us angry on purpose. That's why they took down all the statues of black people and they started cutting off all the black history stuff. And all. They're antagonizing us because they have nothing inside them. They come out of our loin and they treat us as if we are trash. As the creators of life on this planet, I don't feel I'm not feeling the gratitude. But that's okay. I've managed my expectations. They don't know no better because they don't know how to do unless we tell them. So we gonna get them. It's gonna take a while, but we're gonna get them. Oh, last thing. If you guys remember, there was a really eccentric kid in like Aurora, Colorado. And he was wearing a sweater in the middle of the summer, and then the cop thought he was on drugs, and then the paramedics came and they shot him up with ketamine and stopped his heart.
Yeah,
ketamine.
As a weirdo kid who doesn't like getting freaking mosquito bites all over my body, and I wear hoodies and stuff. Sometimes people are weird, but guess what? Those guys got charges. It took a long time. I think over 2 years, but we got them. They're gonna hide and run, and it is their constitutional right to run and hide. from their consequences, but you cannot run forever. And like I always say, and I'll leave on this, the streets always eat. They never been hungry.
That's a fact.
They talk, yeah.
I'm going to ask you all to forgive my language.
Oh, register to vote. Sorry. Go to the DMV, go to the DMV, you lazy shit, and fucking register to vote.
Register to vote. Vote early. Know why you're voting. Be an informed voter. Be a responsible voter. And be a caring voter.
Sorry.
Yeah, that part. So voting matters. It absolutely matters. Understand what we're up against and what we have to fight at this point. And it's a movement and a call for people to act and vote. Right? At one point, it was an easy thing to say, well, I know my ancestors did this, that, and the third for it. So I don't really have to exercise this right. Well, we're there. You need to exercise this. We need you to your kids, your grandchildren need you to exercise this actual right that we have to vote. So let me do another thing real quick. Shout out to the Ben Podcast. Want to throw that out there. Mike and his crew. Shout out to J.R. Jackson, the watch list on YouTube as well. I owe you all links. My apologies. As I said that, it came into my head, Lynn asking for the links last week, and I did not shoot them out, but I will. I definitely will. So let me also, again, go back and apologize for the language that I'm about to use, especially after the topic we just had and what has been said going around the horn. I will apologize up front. These aren't my words, but I do need to share them. This for all my scamming and get money bitches. Where all my scamming ass niggas at?
Oh boy.
Spend that money fast. 20, 50s, 100s, cash. Boy, go in your go yard bag. Boosting bitches. Where y'all at? Stuffing that shit in y'all bag. Just to flip it, pop some tags. Girl, go in your go yard bag. Once before, I said there were people who made that I absolutely despise because they make it hard for me to be a black man. We're on here having contentious, passionate debate, conversation, because a nephew lost his life and we're simply trying to get the goddamn truth. And bitches and niggas is what's popular with our children. This is what they are singing to each other. This is their reference point. We have had one of the biggest lapses in the ability to vote. Not saying that we can't, but the movement to pull us away from being able to vote has been pushed out there. The step has been made. And we looking for scamming ass niggas. We are in trouble. I understand being, I'm a little long in the tooth now, but I'm still not far removed from being out in clubs and partying and getting after it. But I was also informed while I was doing that. Everything has a place and a time. This ain't it for this. We are spending more time trying to rebuild ourselves and our culture after each time a beautiful black child is taken away from us unjustly. Rebuilding ourselves, redefining ourselves, trying to make sure we see each other, make sure that we are loved and we love each other. Boy, go in your go-yard bag. Most of these motherfuckers don't even know what a go-yard bag is. Hell, I had to look it up. $5,000 bag for what? We're still using GoFundMe for life insurance. This is where I have not managed my expectations, and I can't, because I love my people. I expect better of us. I expect more from us. If this is the only way you know how to make a dollar, please be quiet and sit down. Please. Suppress your First Amendment right for us. Do us a solid just for just for a month. Let us hash out love and make people define us by that. Let us fight people and make them see us as human and not just entertainment for 1 month. That's all I'm asking. I'm asking for us not to be looking for scamming ass niggas. I'm asking my young ladies to stay away from these fellas. I'm asking my little brothers, stay away from these boosting bitches.
Preach.
If they want to be that, let them, but do not allow them to continue to define who you are. They are hurting the community. Now, I'm not blaming all of this on them. I understand our role in this also. So I'm not letting us off the hook, because a lot of this stuff we help usher in. And at some point we have to begin to take responsibility and say, hey, yeah, we was tripping. Hey, Freaknik, that was a mistake. we should not have. Biker Week, we probably should have toned it down some.
Looking at you, Gen X.
Because Nolan Wells is dead and we still don't have answers a month in. But I bet you somebody's daughter, somebody's son who's not even in double digits can sing this song verbatim. And it's a sad, sad sight to see that we are not able to move away from these images. Please, Young Miami, hey sis, I want you to get your money. Believe you me, I do. I want all of us to get our bag. Please go get your money by all means, but just give us a second. Let us get answers to this first. Let us be human first. Let us not be looked at as recreation, criminals, and any other thing that they are trying to perpetuate. They've already started saying that he was probably highly intoxicated and coke. They've already started doing this. We know the narrative.
But look at the bottom of that first paragraph.
We can shift this.
The highlighted paragraph with highlight.
We can all shift this. We can. I'm a huge proponent on defining oneself and making people act appropriately. Please, we are defining ourselves partly by our music, and this is what it sounds like. So, yeah, that was just. I put a post on Facebook the other day. I was saying India Ari was right, and there was a song that my cousin wanted me to listen to, and I read the lyrics, and I was like, oh man, I was wrong about this song. It actually is a love song. She's talking about her interaction with her guy. And so I went and took that same approach to Glorilla. I was wrong about her lyrics on the song. These lyrics are actually pretty dope once I read them and I saw what she was talking about, and she was actually talking about her interaction with her man. And so I took that same approach to this because I was hoping that I would have been wrong in my assumption as well, right? But I'm not. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's exactly what it sounds like. And what's more is I had a a buddy from that I graduated high school with, going back and forth with me as to why this was trash. But art is subjective. So that's all I got. It's just wearing me out some days. It just wears me out. Because we on here and we're trying to give life to our people and not just our people, but our brothers and sisters of other races as well. And then we have this shit that's popping up and becoming popular because it's what's being propagated, and that's not who we are. It might be a little bit of ratchetness in us when we doing some things at a specific time, and I got it, but golly, they keep selling this like this is who we are. And I hate being trapped inside of this cycle of it. So anyway, great podcast tonight. Got my kids back. We've been getting ready to go up here and hang out with them for a little bit. School starts next week, so they ain't got many days of staying up late. All right, so as always, I thank everybody for hanging out with us and being on the podcast and all that great stuff. So I'm finna go up here with my babies. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless and good night.